Hello everyone and welcome to yet another game of Anarchy in Lunaris. Today we have one missing player. Luxio will not be playing rifle today. I will be taking over because Luxio is feeling pretty sick. And on top of that, we have a second new character for Shadow. Shadow, can you introduce... Dagger, can you introduce Shadow?
Yeah. So Shadow is a 6'1", lean Duxarist with melanism. So his instead of being the normal dark elf with black hair and pale skin, he has silver hair and dark skin.
Okay.
Uh, he carries himself with a military bearing, and he's usually wearing a mask.
All right. Yeah, that's pretty fair since you're technically all going to be in enemy territory during the entire campaign. Um, when would your character get introduced to the rest of the group, and who would introduce you?
Uh, so, were you planning on killing off Vashura?
Yes.
Can Shadow kill him off?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, he could maybe be guarding the person we have to.
Well then, uh, maybe my
Gar-
person is. I'm sorry.
Sorry, guarding the person who what?
We have to save.
Oh no. Well, that would then he would only be able to arrive at the end of like once the person is saved from like the church where they've been kept. So that would mean at
Are
the
we?
end of the scenario.
Can we just have Vashura introduce him as
Sure.
someone who has been keeping a lookout on the uh,
Sure.
church and the movements of the vampires?
All right. So since they are both Duxarists and since they both went to since they have like that similarity in their backgrounds, we can absolutely have Vashura introduce shadow dances under moonlight. Okay, so at this point, Vand is back. You know that in a day's time, two of the artifacts you commissioned will be prepared, and in a week's time, the heart of the mountain will be done as well. Oh, I forgot to say for everyone at home, everybody leveled up. Everybody is now level 6 as of this game. 3/4 of the group were level 6 as of last game. And we did all of the specifics of what different artifacts are going to be made for the player characters with the PowerPoints that they got. So maybe I'll introduce exactly the artifacts as you go and pick them up. So you are all in the hiding place that you've been staying at, and just what are you doing on at a normal time when Vashura comes and introduces Shadow? What are you doing while waiting for like in your daily lives and preparing for the mission to come? What yeah.
So this is pre the current time when we have not gone to this place yet. This new area.
Hmm?
This is before the current time when we have gone to this new area with the Big Daddy over here.
No. This is where you're setting up camp for now until you go to until you start the mission. Basically,
Ah.
it's more or less a safe house.
It's very nice.
I will use psychic tracking to see if I can find the angel or the spider from.
Oh, yeah.
Psychic trapping is not exactly the correct thing to use. You want to do mental research, I think.
Well, I have
Psychic
to find them first.
tracking.
Oh,
Yeah, psychic
tracking. I thought you said trapping. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, go ahead. So, go ahead and roll your potential. Oh, that's an open roll. Okay. I'll roll it for you. You roll projection. Okay. 1d100 plus 257.
No psychic projection is needed.
Hmm?
Sure. Oh wow, you rolled double.
What about your psychic projection?
I think I still had to roll it, but I don't think it. I think it only matters to see if I don't fail, because the area depends on the.
Oh, I don't think I uploaded this character. In this case,
I'm pretty sure I'm gonna find.
They gotta be within 3,000 miles.
Okay, 3,000 miles. What's the psychic resistance test?
220.
Okay, which one are you casting this upon?
I will first look for the angel because they were nice.
Okay, so it's going to be pretty easy for you to find the angel. So her name was Piper, and I'm just looking for the psychic resistance of a character like this real quick, and then I'm going to roll. See if they are. See if she's able to resist this. So my psychic resistance is 70. Okay. No modifiers. Oof.
Wow.
You definitely find her. All right. So you start expanding your mind, kind of like a sonar, looking for things that you like, looking for this mind that you've already touched and interacted with, and you feel it somewhere in the somewhere near the catacombs of Crankfort. There's you get a bleep back that echoes back to you, and yeah, you sense this presence, something like 12 miles. Well, no, maybe not. It's not that huge. Like 8 miles away from you, on the other side of Crankfort. It's deep inside of the earth, and towards where the catacombs, where you know there's catacombs. You don't know much more about that.
3,000 miles is more than the entire width of the USA.
What?
3,000 miles, I think, is more than the entire width of the USA.
So you found this person. You're good.
Yeah, actually, you know what? If I had searched for any psychics, I probably could have found both of them. But I wasn't smart.
Yeah.
I asked.
Wait. You need to use another power to communicate, I think.
Yeah. I'm looking at mental communication because I can use a PowerPoint to temporarily.
Yeah, so it's going to be like 3 seconds or 6 seconds for each point that you use.
But I think she might be too far for
It's
me to use projection, because I think my projection will only go up to like a mile at max.
no, you need to roll to see if that is the case. Okay. Yeah. You need to roll impossible to hit someone who is 10 miles away. Impossible being, I think, just before
280.
Zen. 280. Thank you, Appleby. So you need to project 280. So you need to open roll on your projection if you want to communicate with her.
And you said she was like 8 miles away?
I think so, yeah. But 10 mile between 1 mile and 10 mile, it's a difficulty 280 to hit with your projection.
Wait a second. Are you talking about mental communication?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Mental communication has a 60 mile for almost impossible.
oh, yeah. No,
Oh,
we were talking
it has
about the
its own
projection.
roll?
If
Projection. Yeah,
if the power has its own range, you don't need to take into account the projection ranges. But mental communication, yeah. If you roll 240 or more on your potential. So if you roll 80 or more on your dice, you can communicate with someone under 60 miles.
Focus.
I would have to use PowerPoints to make it. I can't focus. Oh wait.
Yeah, you need to use PowerPoints to activate it, and then possibly.
Oh, you're right.
Concentrate.
I can't concentrate on a power I don't know, because you have
yeah.
to start I look up the rules. You have to start concentrating before you say it, so I assume you can't use it on stuff you don't have.
So you have a 20% chance of succeeding for every time that you spend one of your points to communicate with this person.
I can use a PowerPoint to increase it by 2. So I'll use 2 PowerPoints to gain access, and then one of them to use the mental community.
Wait, 2 PowerPoints to gain access to what?
Oh, well, 2 PowerPoints in total for mental communication. 1 to get power, and then the second one to boost.
Oh, to boost it? Okay, cool. So
I'm using 2 in total.
You're permanently using your points to unlock this power.
No, I'm just gonna temporarily use them.
Okay, just checking because I wasn't sure with the way you phrased it. All right, go ahead and activate and boost your power as your
Oh, thank God!
open roll. Perfect.
I didn't even need
3-second
that.
message.
Okay, so if you roll 10 or more on the second one, you can. Hold on one. I'm gonna do that for you, so that it's easier. You can reach someone within 3,000 miles and talk to them. Okay, you're in contact. What do you do? Okay, sorry. How many psychic points do you have left to communicate?
I have 2 left.
Okay, Avelby?
Yes.
Can you start counting 12 seconds and tell us when the communication stops? As of right now, what do you say?
Okay.
I say, hey, it's Vond again.
Vond! Are you alright?
I'm back in. Yes, I'm trying to save someone important to the resistance.
Time.
The communication stops. I'm sorry.
I do the same thing this time.
What?
I'm gonna.
Oh, you had
powers.
You had to use your 2 last psychic points to maintain it for 12 for this long.
Oh.
Yeah.
Um,
I
now that
imagine
she
recover a
knows.
little bit.
Well, now that she knows it's me, I might as well just teleport to her.
That's fair.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
By the way, I have a weird question.
Yes.
Can I, being a perceptive noble dude, notice, and this is sort of also up to you, Fernando. Is there any sort of like stress on Vaughn's face when she's casting her psychic powers? Do like the muscles tense in her like her brow, or is she just normal, flat faced? Doesn't make any expression.
You can tell when she's failing to cast her powers because intense migraines and nosebleeds and blood from the ears start to appear. But when she's concentrating, that's up to Vand.
I'll definitely. When she's concentrating, you can definitely. If you get a high perception, I'll let you notice it if you want to roll.
All right, I notice roll then.
Yeah, notice.
Yes.
I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, that's almost impossible.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's not quite almost impossible. That's just absurd. Halfway to almost impossible.
So does he notice you concentrating to use your powers?
I would say for concentrating, yeah. If I'm concentrating, I don't think you need to roll. I was saying if I just do a power without concentrating is when you need to roll. But I'm going to concentrate for teleport anyway.
Okay. I don't have anything more to add. I've just wondered that. Go on.
All right. So you still have the approximate location. You're maintaining the power to track Piper down, and you prepare your teleportation power to disappear from where your friends are. And while you're concentrating,
I was gonna say before I start concentrating, because I don't think you can. Can you talk while?
Yes, you can. It's a passive action.
Oh, I tell him I'm gonna look for some help from the angel psychic from Piper.
Okay, Walter, what are you doing in this moment?
Walter is actually being in the military and also having no comrades. Often, once he's sure his equipment is sound, will like either go outside and patrol a little bit, even though he's not really sure what might be hunting them up here.
Mm-hmm.
And so he might have been like just outside, standing like eerily still in a reasonable vantage point, watching the surrounding territories.
Okay. In this case, you are going to see Vashura approaching with another Duxaris. They're both stealthy, but they are not trying to be stealthy from you, but from but from other people who might be following them. Yeah. Okay. So Vand informs you she's going to go search for the psychic and starts to concentrate. What do you do?
Oh, I tell them if anyone will join. Or I don't know if I'll be able to take Walter. Actually. Yeah, say if Walter wants to join.
No, I'm fine. Where are you going?
I don't think I would know it's the catacomb because I don't think I know the city that well.
Yeah, you don't know the city very, very well. Underground.
There's another underground location around 8 miles from here, and I put the direction of.
And
you can roll streetwise if you want to have an idea of what's 8 miles in this direction.
Me or him?
I roll a 5.
No,
so I don't think I know.
You don't know the mountain.
Cool mountain base. Oh. But no, I figured we had something we were doing here. But go ahead.
Well, I want to see if she'll help.
All right. Okay.
Well, by all means, go. I'll hold them up while we wait.
I hopefully it won't be too.
So Vashura and Shadow arrive as you're like kind of concentrating on you're in the entrance of this place. So how does Vashura introduce Shadow, and what does Shadow look like?
Well, Shadow will, as soon as he notices everyone inside, he'll say, so is this the team?
Everyone being me and a sword at the moment.
I'm sorry, what?
I said everybody being Walter and a sword at the moment, as Van just vanished, right?
No, she's
No,
still
I'm still there.
concentrating.
I'm still
okay.
concentrating.
Okay. And then, not to make you roleplay with yourself, Walter then looks to Vashura. This is the team. I assume. Who is this?
I'm, well, my name translates to Shadow Dances Under Moonlight.
I would understand if you had just said the name untranslated.
Oh, you're Duxaris too?
No, he had his mask on, but not the veil, so he like pulls that off too, and is like obviously, Vitala.
He's wearing a ton of metal armor. You're pretty sure he's not a Duxarist.
Or like the bossest Duxaris devil.
Could be.
Some people are fearless.
That's
Shadow just looks at Vishura and is like, you brought a vampire to this mission?
Vashura like shrugs, says he was part of the team before I was, and he's key to getting into the place we need to get into.
Shadow just shrugs and says, okay. As long as you know that I kill vampires without mercy, I hope you do the same.
Depends on the vampire.
Sure. Has Vishur briefed you on our mission?
Yes, I just want to say yes. I don't know if that's the total truth, but I understand that we're going in to rescue someone. And I understand my part of the mission. I don't know who we're rescuing, though, or why.
Do you have... do you mind telling me the plan?
Well, I don't know how... I don't know if everybody... did we agree that Vaughn was going to go in as, like, someone I had with me, or was she just going to find her own?
So far, Whisper's given you suggestions as to how each of the previous characters might have a good reason or might make their way inside of the secret university, but you hadn't chosen, you hadn't decided on anything. You were, but you, like, Vand could be passed as a as like an experiment for trying to make undead have psychic powers. You could use the excuse that you've got to see your sister. Rifle could be examined by the artifact making wing of the university, and the other two would probably have to sneak inside. Or
before I leave and teleport away, Vaughn is sitting like in the most obvious meditation pose when you think of yoga meditation.
Okay.
But before she says, sure, did we just need to evacuate the people, or did we have to make it a publicly show that they left the church?
So Bashura says the church is enchanted. That's what's kept teleporters and ghost cops from getting inside of the church so far. We're going into the secret university at the same before the Void Knight to try to find out either a compromising secret about the Void Knight's past or to find a spell to control the Void Knight. And the Void Knight can then give the order to can give orders to let the people in the church go.
Since we'll be working together, I will need a comprehensive list of your specialties.
Well, so far it seems the plan is to just get inside and then play it by ear until we can figure out where this person is and how to get them out quietly. He slowly looks at Vaughn and says, I think you'll see what you can do in a minute.
Yeah, I was gonna say, maybe 2 seconds after he says that, yeah, I was gonna teleport right as he said.
Okay, roll for potential.
Let's say maybe how many rounds?
You got an entire minute. So it's a plus 40. 261.
I will.
Are you able to? Okay, so 261. That is enough to teleport most of the way. We're going to say that with the we're going to say that you make it. Maybe not this first jump. Just a couple of one or two jumps later, you make it into the room where Piper is, and I will describe this in just a second. I'm just gonna stay in this place for now. So Van disappears, and in front of Shadow. Yeah.
Okay. She can use matrices to teleport, but that doesn't really tell me much of anything.
You can see supernatural.
She can use what to teleport?
Matrices?
What are matrices?
Psychic ability.
Oh. Well, I've seen her do that. I've seen her take over. I've seen her control the minds of living beings. I've seen her shoot lightning. I have seen her get information from within the minds of other living beings. And other than that...
There was also the training.
She can also make very vivid and illusions. And so you know, she can most certainly not control them all the time.
Wow. Thanks, Walter.
I would be very careful letting her use any of them on you. I am just a soldier. As you see, he sort of extends his arms and he has rifle in one hand, but he's mostly just a big armored giant. This is about as much as I will be useful. Though I do have a sister inside, and that is my cover for entering the facility.
Yeah. So you have this weird sensation, all of you, as the more time you spend with Shadow, the less you like Shadow. He's kind of annoying for some reason, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Maybe he has tics. Maybe he's just constantly making annoying noises or something. But
does he have this big smug smile on his face all the time, and in his picture?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Always.
that's a starting point.
Yeah. So, just to let you all know, he has the insufferable disadvantage.
I assume just.
So, you tend not to like him.
Question.
Yes.
I know CC from Natural lets you see matrices,
Yes.
but does that allow you to know what the matrix?
I don't think so.
Yeah, it allows you to see matrices, but unless you have an extended amount of experience with the person and their powers, or the powers in general, you won't be able to like identify exactly what it is. I would use an occult roll on Shadow's part to identify which powers are what, and if it's magic, use magic appraisal instead.
Okay, I was wondering because I know by Raw they're like matrices. You need these matrices, and then you might know, but there's no like magic appraisal for psychic stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And also, he will sort of like plant. Obviously, I don't think we're in dirt right now, so he won't stab him into the ground, but he'll sort of like plant the tip of rifle on the floor and say, "And this is rifle. He's a magical sword, and I haven't really seen what he can't do yet."
You named your sword.
No, he named himself.
Okay. A little weird, but you can believe what you will.
He can talk too, if he wants to.
Okay. And Shadow will look to the shore. It's like, did he drink the blood of a crazy person?
Vashura says, "No, I heard the sword earlier. I think it has necromancy powers." All right, and
I got a potion at the end of last session. How much would that have?
It would regain you 50 life points in total, and you know that Avil has another one just like this that he was given.
I do.
Yeah. So if you want, you can. I'm just writing this because your character's life points seem not to be nearly full. So yeah, did you drink it?
I will drink it if I see anyone other than Piper at the other plate when I tell.
Yes, there's 5 people where you teleport.
As I immediately drink the potion.
All right, you start regenerating 10 life points per turn for 5 turns, and so you regain 50 life points. So Piper is there, and so basically you appear in a room, and your sudden appearance in this place sends like moves the air, provoking a cloud of dust and a little bit of wind that sends the room in darkness. You can see a few people who are holding torches, who have the torches extinguished by your apparition, and Piper is going to use her power to manifest an orb of light in the center of the room, and you find yourself in a very dusty and ancient tomb. There's coffins all around you, some of which are open, some of which are not. There's statues of past heroes ornating the walls, and the whole place has cracks in the ceiling. The whole place is very precarious. You can tell that there's this like new piece of wood that's been added very recently that's holding the ceiling up, but maybe not for very long. So with Piper, there's four other people. There's an elf, and 2 humans, and a daima, so a cat person, and all of them and they draw their weapons as you appear next to them, and Piper says, "Wait! She's a friend."
I said, I'm sorry, mental communication's not my forte, and I thought it would be rude to have you come to me without.
It's fine. It's fine. Vand, this is my group. Meet Vand, and one of the humans says, she can't know what we're doing here. What if she reports us to the cops? Well, then we're all dead.
I say, I don't know if you know, but I'm kind of the face of the
resistance. So they stop, and they seem to consider this, and they say, and the elf is going to come towards the human and lower the human's dagger, turns to you, and says, I don't know who you are, but I believe Piper did talk of you earlier. You're the one who helped her escape. She joined our group afterwards. We're another cell of the resistance.
Oh, well, I'm actually was gonna ask Piper if she would like to help me on resistance business. And we have a safe house you can stay at that seems a bit safer.
So they all turn to Piper, who hesitates and then says, I'm in the middle of something right now. We're trying to find artifacts that we can use in this place, but maybe later. Do you what's can you tell me what the mission is?
We're escorting people out of the church that the Void Knight is trying to kill.
Oh, I'm not aware of that church, but what would you need me for?
Just help in general. There's power in. Are actually going to possibly go to, what's it called? The library or the ancient?
The secret university.
The secret university. And if you were looking for artifact stuff, there might be that. Plus,
so
I know someone who makes some.
All right. So they look at each other when you say the secret university, and like they all seemed a bit worried. The Daima says this place, it's very dangerous. There's a lot of summoners and lots of mages, and the security is pretty tight because that's where they do a lot of their undead experiments. Lots of people don't even know where it is. Be careful. I think that mission might be a little bit too dangerous for Piper. I don't know about your powers, but be careful, whoever you are. This doesn't seem like it's the safest of missions.
Well, go big or go home. It's what the resistance is asking of me, so I'm.
Piper.
I had no intention of forcing you to come. That's why I wanted.
Piper says, if you let me know in advance, when you have a big something big like this, I will help. But right now, I've got to help these people. And like you can see, she uses one of her lasers to light back the torches of her companions.
Okay. I also try to tell her, do I know where Jodis is places?
Yes.
I try to like tell her more or less where it is.
Okay.
And say, you might have to sneak in there, but he does make artifacts for this.
The elf says, "Yes, I've heard of Jodis. He helps the resistance as long as he's paid properly. Anyone's welcome in the resistance, and sometimes it shows that anyone is allowed in."
I thought it was only me who he got under his skin, but it's good to know I wasn't crazy for thinking.
It's not just that he's an elf. Even other elves don't necessarily like him that much, but he's good at his job.
Well, stay safe, and here, have some of this, and I give them 30.
And you give what?
I give them 30 gold.
Oh, okay. So Piper takes the gold and says, "Thank you so much. We'll try to use this properly."
Just stay safe.
Okay.
Don't do anything I would do.
Alright. Are you going to concentrate before you leave, or were you concentrating during this entire conversation?
I would concentrate now, because I didn't know if I was going to teleport just myself or...
Alright. So you concentrate to head back. Okay. I'll let you make the potential rolls. Oh, only 6 points away from teleporting. But yeah, you head back to the hiding place, and you make it back to the hiding place. Okay, you reappear, and the group's back together again. So, what do you do now?
Do any of you have any medical supplies?
We were given potions between us, but that's it for me.
I have none.
You were just given it.
I took very heavy damage from the ice.
Just now?
Well, I hadn't recovered yet. I thought we were leaving.
Then only I have one then.
Do you know where I can grab some medical supplies?
I assume you can buy some from Sapio, but that's a ways away. You'd have to rely on her.
Well, I was just asking in case I needed to pull one of you out and resuscitate you. But I'm fine working without anesthesia.
You have to ask Van about that. If such a thing occurs, don't worry about me. By the way, I don't have my rapier yet, right?
No, you do not have it yet. Your mission is somewhat time sensitive, but it is. But I believe you have to go to the Secret University tomorrow. So you have like a day to prepare, and you know that 2 of your artifacts will be ready tomorrow. You just don't know if it's going to cut time for your mission or not.
Okay. In that case, I don't necessarily need it. I don't know how to use it yet. I need to grab it and then train with it for a while, so not a big important thing.
Mm-hmm.
We can put it low on the priority list if you want, and maybe have him make the heart and the thing for a rifle first.
What? Have what for a rifle first? Oh,
Then weren't you guys making something out of the essence of the command?
He has the easiest artifact to make. He's getting a new guard that's going to boost his magic abilities.
Cool. All right. In that case, I have nothing else really to prepare.
But yeah, like the guard can be done in 1 hour.
Oh, okay, so it's done.
Yeah, the guard is done. Your rapier can be done in 1 day, and it's just Van's crystal necklace that needs 7 days to be made.
Okay, so I guess we'll have the rapier. Shadow, could you use a dueling sword or rapier?
I could, but I prefer to use my own blades.
What if I told you it was specifically designed to kill Vitala?
Why would you make such a weak weapon for killing Vitala instead of a...
It was not my choice.
Sure.
All right.
Van looks a little angry, but says,
Also, Van, from what you know, that sword is going to be made out of metal mostly, so it might not be the best weapon for Shadow unless Shadow is wearing gloves and doesn't get hurt, doesn't like hit her herself. What pronoun does Shadow use?
Shadow's a guy.
So he, him.
Yes.
All right.
Thanks for asking, though.
sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I didn't know that we were using the sword for Dagger's soul to someone we don't know, but okay.
It's better than giving it to me, who has never used one in my life.
I thought the rapiers were a Vitala weapon, and you are skilled in many weapons, aren't you?
They're mostly for dueling Vitala nobles. I was a soldier. I'd stay at
But
home.
weren't you a noble?
I was, but I stayed. I'd never stayed home and dealt with the politics because of hang-ups with my family.
You're a
Well,
noble.
excuse me for not knowing this. I didn't read your...
You also didn't ask.
You're a noble, and you decided to join the rebellion.
It's strange, isn't it?
Oh,
It's
never
something
mind.
only.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, it's something only rich people would do.
Well, I'm not rich.
Sure.
Anyways, maybe
you
we should go.
like your armor screams, I'm able to afford a piece of metal that costs 300 gold pieces to defend, to protect my
I
body.
was able to afford a piece of metal that cost 300 gold pieces, and now the 300 gold is gone.
All right, I'll be right back. Keep going to roleplay without me.
Okay.
Vaughn
Anyway.
will try to alter her own memory and forget who they're trying
Who they're what?
to save.
Does she know who they're trying to save?
Yes, I do.
Oh, why are
And
you
they-
trying to forget?
Because they told me not to know. And she's the
Oh.
kind of person who'd be like, okay, well,
I gotta do exactly what they say.
Whose memory are you altering?
my own
What are you altering?
forgetting who we have to save, the actual identity of who they really want.
Forgetting what?
The identity of who they actually want us to save.
Oh, okay. Oh, nice. Yeah, you're erasing this from your mind so that you don't compromise anything during the mission. That's
Can I purposely fail a PCR, or do I still have to roll for it?
Could you what?
Can I fail on purpose, or do I have to roll and see what?
Can you fail on purpose? Oh, your psychic roll? No, you can fail on purpose.
Oh, anyways, this is actually 160 anyways, because I have courage and I'm attack. Oh, I will.
Courage wouldn't apply here.
Oh, it's not an attack, I guess.
Yeah, it's not an attack.
Well, I failed anyway, so I don't.
Yeah. Also, you can just choose to fail, so there's no problem. All right. Okay. Yeah, you've modified your own memory. That's good. Little foreshadowing for some of the things I had planned next. And okay.
I tell Bashira and Shadow, I know there's a special someone we must save, but since we're going deep into enemy lines, I can alter your memory to forget this person temporarily. So
Yeah.
it'll be harder for them to find it in our mind.
I actually don't know who the person is. I didn't want to know. All I have is a physical description.
Vishura is going to hesitate at the idea of getting his memories modified, but the mission is pretty important, so he's going to trust you under the condition that you don't look at the wrong memories.
Also, does this mean you'll have to wipe your own memories again because you learned it to get rid of it, and then you have to get rid of it from yourself again?
I don't think Van
Well,
would...
I can just use area memory thing, so I'll do both of us at the same time if I.
That's true.
That's fair. Okay. So that's a good thing to prepare for. Yeah. Okay. So once you're done with this, you still have some time if you need to train, prepare, anticipate some things before the mission, and then we can get started tomorrow. So, is there anything in particular that your characters would do during the rest of the day that you have before the mission, or?
Go ahead.
Okay. Shadow will try and find some medical supplies.
Okay. So you're going to have to go. You're gonna go. You're gonna have to go and out and start looking for. Looking for those things. You look around. You start. Are you going to look in the lower parts of the city, in the residential districts? Do you go near the fighting pits? Do you head up all the way to the noble Vitala's manors at the top of the towers? Where do you go is going to tell me, how expensive it's going to be, but how good quality it's going to be.
Oh, did you ask anyone if they were going with?
I don't believe he did.
Huh?
Well, I don't even have money. So I'm going to first check out the different safe houses that I know about.
Okay. So I'm trying to look for if it has been No, it is not in miscellaneous items. Aha, physician, healer. Okay, yeah. You go looking around. Ah, shit. Okay, yeah. You go looking around in the different safe houses. Unfortunately, right now, right after the commotion that your characters have caused, there have been a lot of people injured in the resistance. Lots of new people joining, lots of people with wounds from the fight that forced you to flee Crankfort temporarily. There are no medical supplies available unless your group can afford to buy your own. It's going to be 1 gold coin to have medical supplies to cover for a first aid kit, basically. And if
I don't have any money.
You might have some currency, but it's not the currency that the Vitalas use. So you come. Real quick, do you think you could do a? I'm gonna say streetwise. If you do a proper streetwise check, I'm gonna say you managed to find a place in the resistance that can provide this for you. But it's gonna be difficulty 120.
I can't hit that.
Well, you could always open roll, but yeah, you.
Oh, I can't open roll.
Oh yes, that's right. Your character can't open.
Oh, right? That's sad.
Oh no.
Yeah, that's okay. So your character doesn't find this. Okay. All right. So that's some of what you're doing. What about the other characters? Yes.
Question: does see supernatural allow you to see innate, or the matrices from innate power?
What? The matrices from what?
Does see supernatural allow you to see, like, oh, they have matrices swirling around them for innate sustain?
When you're sustaining them, yes, they are visible. You can use hide matrices to make it less visible to everyone.
Oh, I thought that didn't work on see supernatural though.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Okay.
From my and I agree. I think it should. From my experience, it doesn't mention the correlation at all. So I usually let it work somehow.
Yeah. Basically, if you have it activated, you're hiding your matrices.
Yeah. Either way, I'm gonna put on hide matrices.
Okay, that's good considering what your mission is going to be. I'll let you roll potential and everything for this. So you're just using your powers to prepare yourself. What is Walter doing?
Well, Walter doesn't have anything to do. He was going to talk to Shadow if he gets back at a reasonable time.
Okay, I think Shadow will get back at a very reasonable time.
As Shadow returns, he's going to approach and very quickly say, "Before you leave again, I was hoping we could discuss the plan just a little bit further. Because so far, all we know is that we're going to get inside, and beyond that, nothing."
Are you going to call Vashura and the fairy as well?
The fairy?
Yes.
Vashura is welcome in this conversation. I don't know about a fairy.
The blonde one?
You're not talking about Vond, are you?
Yes, that one.
I don't think she'll have much to add.
Alright.
It was just something I wanted to speak on briefly. Do you know anything about the layout of the library?
Secret University.
Of the university?
Do I know anything about the layout of the secret university?
Yes.
I don't think so. It's a very secretive place. But you do know a couple of things. They have 3 wings: one for artifacts, one for one to study artifacts and to make them, one to study necromancy and to make undead, and one for people to study summoning and do summoning. With your backstory, your superiors, they will give you information on what motivates you in exchange for information that you can provide them with each mission. They want you to try to find as much information about the military movements of the undead as possible during your time in the university. And if you do this, they will help you a little bit with your own project. Got it?
Yep, got it. So, there are 3 wings to the university. Section out as so. I'm not sure how many halls or window accesses there are. There were a few from what I could see, but I did not put myself at risk with so many bloodsuckers around.
Do we know which or which wing our target is in?
You don't. Okay, you know that the Void Knight goes in every month, at the same day, at the same time, inside of the secret university. Once he goes in there, you don't know much more, but you know that he doesn't really want to be followed, and that based on what Whisper told you, it's probably what he was trying to hide from anyone who has telemetry powers.
I know that my sister is largely interested in the necromancy aspect of the university, so I'll have access to there, but I don't know for how long.
Question.
Yeah.
I rolled notice to see if I noticed them talking without me. Do I notice?
Yes.
Or at least the fairy?
Yes, you notice, and you believe you have heard Walter refer to you as the fairy in a way that he seemed surprised that you were referred to this way.
Well, Vond is very angry. It goes talk to Resurgent.
Okay. So you head off to talk to Bashur.
I'm gonna let them finish that.
Okay.
I don't know. But I would guess that the undead is a very important area, or he could be in the artifacts wing. I'm not really sure what that thing would be doing with summoning, though. So I would limit my search to those 2 places first.
Oh, well, I suppose with Rifle here, we can technically get access to any of them, but I don't think I can play the part of the curious tourist who's interested in all the aspects of the university. Especially if my sister is nearby, so we'll have to get lucky.
Well, you have the talking sword, so if I were you, I would try and get into the artifact section.
Alright. Should I try to go to the summoning section on the presumption that my sister will be there and we'll search there first, or should we go straight to the artifact section?
I would go see your sisters first.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not really sure how vampire families work, but
they work like families, generally.
Yeah, mine sold me, so.
I believe that happens with us too, depending. Anyways, how are you going to get in? I don't know if Van intends to go with me as a captive. I doubt that.
Maybe somebody should ask Vaughn.
Well, you don't have to worry about me getting in. I'm just gonna do what I do.
Will I be able to expect help from you if something goes poorly?
Yeah, you'll just follow the bodies out
Well,
or run in the opposite direction. One of those two things.
in the spirit of getting the job done, I figure even if something goes down, we should attempt to finish the mission. Right?
Yeah, failure is usually not an option.
Gotcha. And we are capturing the Void Knight, so we don't want them dead.
Yeah. I'm not sure if capture is what. You want to turn him to your side.
Yes.
All right.
Well, one way or another, we don't want him dead.
I make no promises.
That's fine, but just so you know, if you decide he needs to die, don't stand too close.
Why?
I think we decided that I didn't know for sure what happens. I just knew like what has apparently been happening.
Yeah. You know it's dangerous, and that's what Van got from your mind for the simulation, but you don't know exactly what happens.
I didn't, or she didn't.
Neither of you do. Neither of you know.
I don't have the whole story, but I know that when a Void Knight dies, the area in the vicinity generally becomes very brittle, and I've heard there were losses of life.
Okay, noted. Is that all?
I guess unless we can find some way to get more information, that's all.
What time are we heading out?
Tomorrow.
You know the Void Knight enters the building at noon, every first of the month, and you know that he usually leaves 4 to 6 hours after that.
Why does he go during the day when all the Vitala are asleep?
Oh yeah, no. He goes at midnight and exits 4 to 6 hours afterwards.
Okay, cool. In that case, it might be best for us to be there before midnight. So travel time minus an hour or two till midnight.
Okay. Got it. And Shadow will turn to walk away and start stepping on the steps, and then he'll say, "You're not too bad for a bloodsucker. At least you're a good soldier."
That's actually the exact thing I was thinking about you. Power bloodsucker, add dark elf.
Shadow will nod and start heading up the stairs.
Okay. All right. Shadow, could you make a notice check for me, please?
I still have area scanning, so if there's anyone that had come nearby us,
you would be aware. Okay. It's area scanning. You're detecting movement.
Nope, it's all mines.
All mines. Got it.
Let me check the PCR.
Question.
Yep.
Is it night?
It is currently not, but the sun is going to rise soon.
It's 160,800, so not too.
Okay. It's 160 feet.
No, it's 160 psychic resistance. It's 800 feet.
800 feet. Got it. Yeah. you are going to notice something strange. There's rather simple mines that are scurrying around, like a few levels beneath your feet, and they seem to be following wherever Walter moves. Like basically just like always just beneath Walter, but those mines are not very complex.
Do I know that Vitala can control animals?
You have seen that ability being used in the past.
Okay. Well, I tell Walter that I think someone's using animals to follow him. And then I teleport them. Or actually, I use mind control.
Okay.
No, I'll teleport them because I don't want to use area and then mind control each one of them.
Okay.
I'll just teleport them right
in front of you.
But yeah, into the wall, so they'll all surround.
Into the wall so that they reappear unconscious near in the nearest safe place, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, this wasn't exactly filled out as much as it should have been. Give me 1 second for the exact details of this creature's psychic resistance. It's not gonna be very much.
It's a physical resistance for this.
It's a physical resistance? Alright.
For teleport, yeah.
Yep, that's fair.
And I rolled pretty low, so you might got.
Okay. Physical resistance. Let's do this.
Ooh, they fail.
Yep. Okay. How much can you? Okay, so this is despite being a very simple mind, it's a little bit heavier than the average man. So, how much weight can you teleport?
250.
So that's gonna be like how many people?
One or two people.
Okay. All right.
They're very.
So you all see this creature, two of these creatures appear right in front of you. They are huge mutated insects. Everybody can roll a cult to know what they are. Walter, you've had to take care of these because of your guard duties. They are an infestation upon this city that is very hard to get rid of. They are magic devouring insects. Blattodias. You realize they weren't following you; they were following Rifle around.
Okay. Also, do I know if I got all of them, or is there still?
There's one more that you didn't get. Also, wait, you teleported them into the ground, right?
Into the little staircase.
Okay. In this case, they don't appear in front of you. They are going to reappear out of Van's area of detection, but for the split second when they do reappear before they are whisked away back to safety, you do see that it's Blattodias, so like those monstrous insect things. But then they disappear again.
Are they back in? And are they in the floor again?
No, they teleported to a safe place, which is out of the reach of your area scanning.
They went away over 800 feet up.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because it's not safe to be within your area of detection.
I wasn't gonna kill them.
Maybe not you.
Oh. So there's another one.
Toadies. Where did they go?
I teleported two of them away. The other one is, and I point where it should be. I'm guessing still underground.
Can I hear it? Is it digging, or is there another floor beneath us?
You're gonna have to roll pretty high on perception, because it's it's basically in caverns and tunnels beneath.
Can I just put my ear to the ground and make a search check?
Yep, go ahead and do that. I'm gonna say difficulty 80. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
You are able to hear it's scratching and moving around, and it's got this very typical clicking sound that they make when they're looking for magical praise.
Yeah, it's down there. There's probably more of them too.
I only sense 2 that I whisked away in. Though.
How far away is the university from us?
Pretty far. It's much it's at much higher levels than where you're at.
Are we talking miles? Or 10 miles?
Say
20 miles?
2 miles and a half. I'm bad at distances, but yeah, 2 miles and a half.
Oh, okay. Also, I would have asked for sure how big the school was.
You don't know. All you know is that there's a way to get. There's a door to get into it, and it's technically not in this dimension.
Door to get into what?
There's a door to get into the university that's above the undead barracks, and beyond that door, you don't know what there is. It's yeah.
Oh. Well,
you're going in blind for a lot of this mission.
I was gonna say, is there anyone that we know other than the Void Knight who has been to this university that I could read their minds so it wouldn't be so bad to go in blind?
There are a lot of necromancers and summoners, all of them Vitalas, who have been inside of this university. All of the noble houses send at least one of their childs to this university, and a lot of the head smiths in the forges are students of this university as well.
Okay. We might want to head to maybe the Smiths or one of the noble houses so I could get a little bit of information before we head.
if anything we could get on the university would be great. I don't want to be wandering around for longer than we need.
Okay.
So now my powers are useful and reliable.
Not reliable.
Well, no, that was out of character because I didn't hear that.
Sorry.
All right. So you, who's going to do this little bit of scouting?
Well, first I thought he needs to get rid of the bug.
He needs to get rid of what?
The other bug.
Oh yeah.
Well, I have no way to get down there unless you want to put me down.
Do you just want me to teleport it away, or?
Go ahead.
Okay.
I'll let you make your
I
roll.
don't know if these things would be any good to put in our soul bag. I don't think I do, anyways.
I didn't think of that either.
I don't know with the 76 if I know if they're even supernatural beings or just really big bugs.
Yeah, I rolled 69 on my defense. You teleport it to safety away from you.
Well, I feel like we circumvented that combat.
Yeah, it wasn't it wasn't a combat encounter. I was just adding to the flavor of the city. Those things are around everywhere and looking for magical things all the time. Yeah. So yeah, you teleported them away. Okay, so you head towards the forges. Can we say Van, Shadow, and Walter and Rifle are heading there? So that the group
Walter
is
will
together?
say, Walter will be happy to go with them. However, he says, I may just have to stay outside. I'm not, very stealthy.
Oh, well,
But you are the Vitala who's like allowed to move around with the in the city. The other one is an enemy combatant and a human.
Well, I agree, but if I keep appearing at random places, I don't think we want to kill them. If I keep appearing at places where bad things happen, they're gonna draw more lines to me. Now, I mean, if you kill them, then that's another story. But I'm not necessarily of the mind that we should go in and murder them. We don't know what they're like yet.
Yeah. So
oh,
who's
I didn't plan on murdering them.
Then I might not be the one to go inside.
I just want to read their mind.
okay? So
If you want to, you can keep a communication open with me, and I'll tell you Vitala things you might need to know when you're inside.
is Shadow coming?
Oh, yes. Sorry.
No problem. Okay. And Walter, are you going to stay outside in the Forge district, or are you going to just stay where you are and hope that mental communication reach you?
I will stay outside in the Forge District. Actually, it did not occur to me that we are in the Forge District. I'm out in my normal Vitala armor, not my gear armor.
Yeah. Okay. So you're in your guard armor.
Yes. I got my battle mace back.
Right.
No, I'm gonna keep a rifle. I think it's not too suspicious for me to be carrying it around now.
Mm-hmm. That's fair.
What is the Vitala? What are their thoughts on battle loot? Like, I presume that if I had taken the sword from Lorena, I should have turned it over.
Technically, yes. You. But because the city is like fueled by recycling artifacts and stuff like this, there is very much the sense of like, you take it, it's yours. If you've killed an enemy, it's your prize.
Cool. I was actually hiding it because I'm like, oh shoot, they're gonna think I stole this sword.
Yeah. It is. Technically, it is a piece of evidence, and you should have given it back to like for investigation. But you wouldn't be the first one to, keep something like this.
Very good.
Okay.
And hey, I found a whole stinking resistance depot over there in the mountains, so I deserve it. Anyways.
Right. Okay. Vand and Shadow, how do you disguise yourselves to move around in the city?
I will, just because I can area scan around, every time I sense someone nearby, I would just hide and try to hide from
Okay.
knowing when people are.
All right, but when you're in the streets, like the streets around the forges are bustling a lot of the time.
Well, Shadow is going to try and make himself look as much like a Vitella as possible.
Okay. Can you roll for disguise?
Okay. Would I have had any time to prepare?
Yeah.
I have
Okay.
no hiding ability.
You would have had like about an hour to prepare.
About an hour?
Yeah. If you wanna disguise yourself.
Okay, so 1 hour preparation. And improvise. That gives me a nothing. Okay.
I just thought, I was like, well, Vaughn has no way of hiding other than psychic illusion, but that's, yeah. I I will take flight off and
Okay.
just mind wipe people as I go.
so,
That's the only thing I can do.
so you're going to erase memories in an area indiscriminately of having seen you. Okay.
Well,
Okay.
I mean, that's what we gotta do.
That's pretty fair. Okay, so you.
And I will try to sneak around as much as possible.
Okay. So with your disguise, hold on one second. What does 94 get you in the description of the? Let's see. Traps,
It just says that
disguise.
people who haven't seen me before have to beat my disguise by 80 points.
By
And those
80?
who, yes, for notice,
Okay.
20 for search. And if they've seen me before, then those are cut in half.
Okay. All right. Okay. So yeah, you look convincingly like a Vitala for people who don't look at you too close. But I will make a roll for the shopkeeper. Okay. So you start heading out in town. Walter, you see that Vand is just strolling around. You think that maybe like a cloak to hide her face would do a good deal to help you, but yeah, she's just walking around and people just seem to notice her and then forget about her.
Well, I can see that she's like doing the face tensing every time she looks at someone, right?
No, she's maintaining it.
Oh,
So area's maintained, so I would just. I mean, I
Okay.
would have to do alternate memory
Yeah.
every like.
You can just it's one of those powers that you can maintain. I think.
You can maintain No, I don't think you can. No, so I maintain area, and then every like
Oh my god.
second, I would have to roll for alternate.
Yeah.
That is going to kill you.
Oh, well.
Well, she has.
Oh, I can do. Actually, I can do alter memory and do psychic illusion. Or area psychic illusion.
Wait, why don't you just do psychic illusion?
Yeah. You
Well,
could just
because
do
I didn't think of that.
Yeah, you could just try to make yourself look different.
Yeah, or invisible.
Okay. So you make yourself look like a Vitala?
Sure.
Okay. All right. So we have 3
Oh
more
wait. Do I know what Walter's sisters look? Could I go looking like Walter's sister?
You probably saw it flicking through his memories.
Yes.
Okay, I go looking like Walter's sister.
The moment, do I see this?
I think so.
Let's see. I will not discriminate against you.
Okay. Roll for
so
psychic
if you
resistance.
So since
So I want to fail here.
Yes.
Is the thing.
Yes.
Okay.
To see. Yeah.
and I'm maintaining it at 140 before.
Okay, so. Oh my gosh. Hold on a minute. Okay, so 140 is a
What's
PSR.
What's the difficulty to not see you as Emilia Gallimore?
140.
140. Okay.
Okay.
So I'll probably fail.
Most people
But-
are going to fail that.
But you know, I have rolled. It's been a thing that I roll really poorly on psychic resistance checks. You know, this whole time. Okay, good. That continues.
Okay, good.
He sees this like whoosh, this change over you, and like freezes. And just as you begin to step forward, he says, "No, no, no!" And he runs in front of you. Stop. This is a bad idea.
Well,
Go with someone else.
I don't.
And not my
know
mother.
any-
Uh,
Well, okay. Well, who is a Vitala that I could possibly go as? That's interesting.
Why not
So,
just be you, but with more ashen skin, fangs, and claws?
yeah. All you
Van
really need
Tala.
is a dark cloak and a dark cloak. Put a little bit of berry juice down your mouth, and boom, bloodsucker.
This is horrible. Have you ever done this before?
He
Yeah.
rolled a 94 on this guy, so he has
Oh,
done this
fuck.
at least once before.
Oh, he did. Well, that's for
Technically-
himself, right?
Yeah, that was for himself, yes.
Okay,
Roll
I'm going
for
to
her.
read Walter's mind, searching for another famous,
Another
Another
famous...
famous one specifically?
Sure,
not another noble, but
sure.
Okay.
This one.
Oh yeah, be him.
oh wait, I've seen him before, right?
Yeah,
I
I
think so.
I think he was
Yeah,
mentioned...
he was the guy that his mother was talking to in the meeting room.
Oh, right, yeah. So he's probably an important summoner person.
So this time, since I know you're uppity, I will not psychic illusion you, so you won't know.
Okay.
But I do have to make a new psychic illusion,
All right.
and I pass.
Okay. So Shadow, you see Vand transform into one of the main generals of the army of the Vitala army.
Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna draw a lot of attention. A lot of attention.
Oh, is this someone famous or?
Shadow, maybe you should do this.
Shadow just shows. Looks at Van's face and says, "Make yourself about 3 inches shorter. Make your eyes 3 grades shade, a different color. Elongate your fangs a little bit, rise your cheekbones, and soften your nose."
Can I just look at random or
Yeah,
someone nearby and
You
copy that?
Yeah, you can just look at the mind, look around outside the windows, spot Vitala, and get their appearance. You are now a random Vitala in the streets. All right, so
I will do one alter memory in case to everyone nearby in case they saw me. Obviously, actually,
Well, Walter
Like,
did
it's-
attempt to position himself in such a way that, like, he's really big, so that people wouldn't be able to see you. But yes, that's a good idea.
yeah. As you head out of your hideout, you spot a Vitala in the distance, take his appearance, and the three of you are disguised. You head towards the forges, and you walk there. It's longer, but it's a bit more discreet than disappearing and appearing. As you reach this place, the steam and the hot coal fumes from the forges hit you. So like you're heading towards, the large forges that are all around the fighting pits. They are even at this late hour, as the sun is going to rise in a few hours. There's still loads and loads of people working. You can see it's towards the end of the shift, so there's tired workers who are transporting ore through the streets, or like carting weapons that are ready to have magic infused into them. Everyone is very busy. Nobody seems to be paying that much attention to you, and you make your way towards one of the forges, so you make your way towards one of the most prominent forges. It's going to be like there's the family crest of the Vitala. On top of it, it's a two-headed bat, and it's the forge of the Vitellis. And they are known for making. They are known for making. We're gonna say armor. Yeah, they're known for making armor, and you know that the oldest the family who runs this place, the Vitalis who run this place, at least some of them went to the secret university. So you're outside of this forge, you're within reach, Vand, and in fact, you are going to hear one of the a Vitelli elder. She's this strong, robust woman who's spent most of her life in the forge, who's got the burn marks to show it, who's barking orders at her assistants. You see a lot of Vitala assistants, but a lot of humans in chains as well, the unpaid interns of this place. And she's wearing this weird top hat that is completely mismatched to the rest of her uniform. Everything is covered in soot, including the hat, which seems to be of a much higher quality. So what do you do?
Is Walter with us still?
Yes, at this point he's still.
I would say, do you think she is one of the head four?
I imagine she has to be. Well, the head what?
And like a head forger, like the people who might be associated with the university?
Well, I imagine she's definitely up there. Most of the Vitala, the rare times you see Vitala in the forge are if they're leading. Can I roll streetwise to see maybe? To see what I know?
History.
I don't got history.
Okay, streetwise. Or occult.
Oh, I do have occult, but my occult is less.
Okay.
It doesn't matter. I didn't roll that
You
well.
don't know this person.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's find out if she knows anything again.
After you.
Alright. Okay, what's the difficulty?
Let's see what I roll.
You are going to hit her. 197 means the difficulty is 160. So, do I? Yeah. Okay. So you cast your spell to search through her memories, and you feel like you're hitting this strange barrier protecting this person's mind, and you recoil for an instant, and as you do, the Vitala woman looks around her and barks the order, "Quiet down, all of you!" And she starts to head towards the door of the forge. So towards the entrance where you are.
Walter's gonna dip to the side.
Okay. So Walter, you move to the side.
Doesn't know these people.
Yeah. Shadow, you have seen the psychic matrix leaving Van's body, touching this person, and the person reacting as soon as it touched her. You also notice now there's a flicker of magic coming from the hat when the psychic power hit her. What do you do?
Shadow is going to keep walking like he's not part of Van's group, like he was just walking.
Okay.
And he's going to try and whisper the hat before disappearing into some shadows.
Okay. Roll for stealth. You're trying to get away from this person. I'm gonna have to. Do I have any NPCs available? No, I do not. That's I did not prepare for someone like that. It's fine. So real quick. Yeah. Vand, you're still in the path of this Vitala woman. What do you do?
Well, I go around the corner and try to teleport the hat.
Okay.
Sorry. What time? What time is it?
It's 6. No, it's 5:30 in the morning. So the sun is. So it's going to be daylight soon.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna ask all of you to roll for stealth as you're trying to disappear from. As you're trying to like scatter away from this person, the three of you, and you're
I was
doing
gonna
it.
say, can I use hide instead?
Oh yeah, technically it's hide right now. Well, like you. Sorry. So you're hiding. Everybody else is stealthing because you're trying to find a hiding place. The other ones are trying to make it look like they're normal. All of you are at -200 because you're doing this from being in line of sight to just continue going.
5, then it's still 0.
Okay.
I open rolled 2.
I also opened.
Oh man,
Oh my
everybody do. Now I'm gonna be the only one left out, unless you roll less than 30.
So 136. Remember, you have to take into account you got -200.
So I got 52.
52. That is still not enough to pass. And how much? Oh, Shadow, you didn't pass. You're very stealthy. It's just that like the eyes of this Vitala are on you, and like basically she's making her way towards the three of you, and she says, "Oi, which one of you just tried to read my mind?" And in that moment,
How does she? I was like, how does she know I try to read her mind? How does everyone know what these?
it's a special property of these hats. You teleported you would teleport the hat away if I failed a physical resistance check, correct?
Yes, and you have to make 120. So not.
Okay. All right, 120. So I have a 40% chance of success. Aha! I pass. You are unable to teleport the hat at this time.
Well, I said, this is not good. This is not good. This is not good.
Okay.
I did not expect anti-magic or anti-psychic.
Special hat.
A lot of nobles wear these to protect themselves against these sort of things. It's actually one of the official artifacts from the Prometeo Makes It book. They're called Pledges of Safety.
Once she comes out, I will envelop her in part of psychic illusion, so she will also be invisible to everyone.
Wait, you're making yourself invisible?
No, making the lady invisible.
Okay. So you're gonna need to recast it basically.
Yeah.
You see a couple of the Vitala who are wearing like aprons, who are like taking their forging hammers and looking at the whole situation while the noble woman is heading towards you, and yep, that's 230. That is 140 difficulty. Okay. Plus 40. Yeah, so most of them just see her vanish, and so like a few of them are surprised, and the others say, "What happened to her? Where is she?" And they start looking for her, saying, "Lady Vitelli."
Do I hear them searching for her?
Yeah, they're like you can see them starting to come out of the forge, trying to look for her.
Here
Okay,
we go. I'm gonna alter their memory so they thought they saw her. Just
okay. Wait. There's a few turns before that. Walter,
Okay,
what
sorry.
are you doing in the meantime? Because that's Lady Vitelli is coming straight for Van. You see, yeah. What do you do?
He is honestly like just staring baffled at this moment. Like he sort of like takes a few steps away and then turns to look just as she vanishes and things get crazier.
Yeah.
Like you have never like Walter's pretty stoic, but you actually see like his jaw is slightly agape and he's trying to figure out what's going on. And just like as a last minute thought, he pretends to start looking around as well, even though he passed the psychic resistance.
Okay.
What do I gotta do for that?
Oh, you passed the psychic resistance, so you can see where she is.
Yes, but I see everybody else saying, "Where is she? Where is she?" So I'm like, I'm gonna pretend to start looking around.
Persuasion, unless this is a subterfuge skill.
I don't think there's a good enough one. I would let people use disguise, but my persuasion's better.
Yeah, disguise or persuasion. What about Shadow? Shadow, you hid from everyone apart from Lady Vitelli, who's heading to who's heading towards like your group, ish. Like you're in one of the darkest corners, and you're pretty sure if you just stay here and let the others take the brunt of it, you'll be safe. But you see, Vand is kind of in danger right now. What?
Yeah, I'm going to chill in my corner and watch how things play out.
Okay. All right. If
We're gonna let Van handle this. She's the master psychic. She can do it.
Oh God!
Okay.
I see her.
Yeah. So Lady Vitelli has like this massive block of a hammer with runes all over it, and she like comes towards you. She says, "Hey, you! Are you the one who's been trying to read my mind? I'm a lady of the Vitelli family. I'll have you know this is gonna cost you." And like she's basically like she's wielding her hammer in a way that's very threatening. And she's also going to like turn to Walter and Shadow and say, "Or was it one of you?" Vand, what do you do?
I will. Let's see what one does. I will psychokinetic trap.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna have to use.
Oh God! Now this is what we do. Now.
Wait, are you unlucky?
Yes, I am. That's why.
Oh my God! Roll 1d100, and you fail. You're going to fail to use this psychic power. So you start.
You were gonna trap her?
Yeah.
I have a question.
Yes.
When you fail but get over fatigue, what happens?
I say you would still take some fatigue, and and lose like 2 life points or something. Okay, so that brings you down to 142. 142 is still technically passes. You just take 2 points of fatigue.
I think it would go up to 180. This is an attack.
Yeah, but it's a fail, so it's an automatic fail. So you take 2 points of fatigue and 2 points of damage. Your nose starts to bleed. Lady
He would
Vitalis.
have gained some fatigue while we were waiting for
Yeah,
him to.
yeah. There's been hours of rest, so you've regained the fatigue you previously lost. Yeah,
So I would have lost one fatigue, so I really would have lost two.
yeah, exactly,
Might have defended.
exactly.
So I'm still at 6.
All right. Okay. Yeah. So you concentrate, and Lady Vitalis sees the face of concentration. Sees the concentration on her face. She's like, "Ha! I know what you're doing. It's not gonna work because I've got this precious little hat protecting me. But hey, don't worry. You're gonna get your money's worth for this." And she swings her hammer, her enchanted hammer, at you. Roll to teleport away from this.
So, can I roll to see what's going on?
You would need to pass the psychic resistance for the illusion to be able to see Lady Vitalis.
Oh, I wouldn't have put the. Because Ariel lets me choose where I put it on.
Okay.
Okay, so I can still see?
Yeah.
Yep, I rolled really bad on my defense, though, so I'm buzzing out.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And I had to take my armor off, so it's gonna be real.
Okay. So I'm going to deal you 10% of my weapon's damage, which is going to be you take 5 points of damage.
Okay, that was not nearly as bad as that.
Yeah. She knocks you on the shoulder as you're teleporting away. You still feel like the hammer that was going to like crack your bones off. You teleport away just as it hits you, so you're gonna have this pretty bad bruise on your shoulder, but you're good. And she says, "Ha, teleporter," and she's going to get ready for another attack. The other Vitalas are coming out of the place. They are noticing Walter. They're not noticing Shadow, and they start asking, "Hey, you! Have you seen Lady Vitalis? Which house are you with?" And they're asking Walter. Walter, you're wearing your armor that has the Galmor.
That makes me look like a guard, yeah.
Yeah, okay. But it also has the Galmor emblem on it, right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay. So yeah, like they're basically saying, "Hey, call more guards. Our lady just disappeared after someone tried to read her mind, apparently."
Yes, will do. And he's gonna tell Rifle, by the way, to message Vaughn and ask Vaughn if he also made the lady silent. If he should pretend like he can't hear her shouting at Vaughn.
Yeah, so she's like completely gone to that.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like technically, it will take because he's gonna be using passive, his innate magic. So it's gonna be next turn that he tells me what you say.
Okay. All right.
But anyways, he will say, "Yes, I will do so immediately," and he will go and look for guards and say, "Guards,
Okay.
guards."
So you're kind of heading off. Vant, you okay? So you don't have flight activated. The other smiths are like starting to. One of them points to you and says, "There, this person teleported. This person has powers," and they're coming towards you. There's like 5 of them. They all have those magical type of hammers, and a lot of the like 3 of them open their mouths wide, and no sound comes out of it. But there's a flock of bats that is going to try to swarm and attack you. So I'm going to need you to make your second defense check against... Alright, animals. Animals, common horse, bear, elephant, gorilla. Ugh. I'm gonna use the wolf.
Now I get 199.
Okay.
I see.
Scratch that rifle. Just tell her to teleport out.
Okay. You do not get hit by the bats. You're able to teleport away once again as they're like swarming where you are. Okay. I guess now would be a good time for everyone to roll initiative.
This is a lot more interesting than I thought.
This is great.
This went south so fast.
Okay. Oh, yeah. So I rolled 61. Hold on. I should add the tracker. Okay. It did.
I have decent initiative now because I'm not wielding my shield and I'm still pushing rifle.
Okay.
Actually, it's nighttime, so that's even faster.
Shadow, do you do anything at this point in the situation?
Shadow will start concentrating.
Okay. Vand, something reaches into your mind and tells you, and it's Rifle's voice, and Rifle's telling you, you should probably teleport away now.
Do I listen to Rifle?
That is the question.
Can I respond to Rifle? I say, give me at least a minute, and then I'll teleport over. Give me a little bit, and see if I can.
Okay. Rifle is going to let Walter know that Vand is going to teleport away in a minute. Vand, it's your initiative. What do you do?
I will use teleport.
Okay.
Is it Shadow technically first? You got a 244.
Or we went.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, you would have open rolled if you could open roll.
Yeah.
Alright, so your projection is 188. That's pretty good. Now roll your potential.
What the fuck?
Okay, roll 1d100 plus 15. Because that's the price you pay for rolling a 1.
Because that's the price you pay for rolling a 1.
I thought I would at least be able to teleport myself away.
Nope.
I roll 1d100 minus a...
No, plus 15.
Like that?
Ooh.
Or plus 15?
Okay. Minus 53. So you rolled 108, which means you have fatigue 12.
Oh, what? Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. Fatigue 12, and you failed by... Okay, so 180. That is going to be 72 points of damage.
This gets a lot worse.
Yeah, it gets a lot worse. Hold on one second. Okay.
Goodbye, Vaughn.
Why now?
I know, 2 fucking fumbles in a row.
Just as a reminder,
Yeah.
if the resistance you need to live is really high, you have destiny points.
You do.
I do not have any.
Oh, you
yeah,
used so many
you
destiny
spent
points.
all of them. Okay. Psychic consumption, you lose the same number of life points. Yeah, so you lose 72 life points. Okay, and how many life points, how many fatigue points did you have left? 6, right?
I have 0.
Yeah, but how many in the negative are you? Because you lost 12.
I have -6 in the negative.
You're negative 6, okay.
Oh my god.
Alright.
This
I
is
have the
very-
rules for that up if you need them.
Okay, if a character's fatigue drops to 0 or below on account of psychic fatigue, he immediately lapses into a shock of possible fatal consequences. In this situation, all innate powers cease to be maintained. So,
Oh god.
So the lady's back.
so
And Walter doesn't know that, so he's gonna still be looking for her.
Yeah, the Lady Vitelli reappears just as her men are bumping into her. You cease to be able to teleport to defend yourself, and you start to look like a human again. Okay. How many psychic points did you have? You would have regained one for every 30 minutes. So you would have them all back, I think, by now.
I wish I had used all of them.
Okay.
So I would have 4.
You would have
I
4.
would have had
okay.
4.
So you're only at -2 fatigue right now. Okay. You must pass a psychic resistance check with a difficulty of 100 in order to avoid falling into a coma that lasts for a number of days equal to your failure level. So psychic resistance, difficulty 100. Every negative fatigue will increase the difficulty by 10, so difficulty 120. Okay, you pass. You are now at -120 to all of your actions because of your because you're at 0 fatigue. And it's Walter's turn.
I tried.
Where's the lady? Where is she? I can't find her anywhere. Well, guards.
I tell Rifle, I tried to get away, but it didn't.
Yeah. So Walter, you are aware that she tried to get away. You are also aware that she looks perfectly human now and has and is bleeding out of her nose, out of her eyes, and out of her ears, and shaking as the effort of teleporting just racks her body and her mind.
We just had this conversation about reliability.
It's the hat. It's dampening my power. Or so she
It's
thinks.
this evil hat. Walter's like looking at this, and he says, he's thinking, and he's like, "It's her!" He shouts, "One of the resistance members! I can't believe she's here in the Force District, just opened in this place of all areas. Oh man, I'm going to take her to jail now."
Okay. I'm going to ask you to roll leadership because the Smiths are kind of angry right now. They're kind of an angry mob. Lady Vitelli is, insisting that, yeah, you can take her away, but before that, we're gonna teach her a lesson.
I don't roll well, but I have 70.
Yeah. So you are okay. You are able to calm them for a second.
Hold on, she'll receive her due.
Okay.
Considering that she is inevitably going to wind up pit herself.
They so Lady Vitelli says, all right, you're with the Galmore family, right?
Yes, I am.
What's your name?
Walter.
All right, Walter. I trust you, but I will double check that she did end up with the punishments that she deserves. She just tried to read the mind of a noble, and this will not be this sort of behavior cannot be allowed in the city.
I understand, ma'am. Though I will say, she is of a special quality that may be useful to our cause. She is.
Do I hear this?
Yeah,
yes.
Your ears are ringing, but you hear this.
I say, don't take me back to the experimentation lab.
Quiet, you!
Anywhere.
Okay.
Well, we will get her all due punishment that we can. We still need to make sure that she is cognizant and capable for experimentation.
Right. Vant, I'm gonna need you to roll Uh, da, da, da. So it's going to be a social skill.
It can't be intimidation check.
I can also roll a persuasion if you'd like.
Oh, yeah,
Because
no.
I am like lying a lot.
Yeah, Vand, you're at minus 120 to all of your actions, so maybe not Vand, actually. Yeah, go ahead and roll Persuasion, Walter. If you pass a difficulty of 120, she will trust you enough to let you go without, like, really doing anything. But you can see that, like, she's pissed.
I need to open roll.
Oh, you need to open roll for this?
Yeah, I'm thinking about a destiny point, but if I spend a destiny point, I still need to open roll. It just doesn't matter what my open roll is. I have a 10.
You have 10 in persuasion? I thought you had more than that.
No, I have good leadership and intimidation. My persuasion is less.
So you could try to basically intimidate her. She is saying, "Don't do your guard's duty just yet. We're gonna punish her first."
Are you questioning my authority?
Well, no, he's going. Would it give me it would probably give me a penalty to try persuasion, and that failing, then intimidation, right?
Yeah, a small penalty, yes.
Okay. Just because of that, that is how Walter wants to play this. He is going to try persuasion first, intimidation second.
That's fair.
Of course, this is really bad.
That fails by a lot. So you're gonna have basically a minus 20 to your intimidation check. So go ahead.
And then he will
say?
turn. He will say,
Okay, wait. Okay, you try to persuade her. She says, "All right." Before you let her go, though, she takes like a couple of gold coins from her purse. Slams them against your plate of armor and says, "You didn't catch her on time, and she got hit by someone's hammer before you got to her, right?" And like she's trying to bribe you right now. What do you do?
"Oh no." I looks at Vaughn. There is like this haunting violin music in the background as he slowly looks down at Vaughn, and there is like just a hint of anger in his eyes.
Vaughn tells Rifle, tell him to just take them.
And then he like snaps his head back to her and he says, "Ma'am, both you and I know your house is well respected. But there are many invested in her and taking apart what she can do. If I bring her in any more damage, then I absolutely need to. Both of us will be in trouble." Intimidation roll.
Okay, I'm actually canceling your minus 20 penalty because that was some good roleplay.
Yes.
Yeah. All right. She considers it. There's a small moment and where she's considering it. She says, "Military's interested in her, or another noble house." All right.
I can't list off any names, but I know that a great amount of cost has been put into.
All right. I will check to see she got what she deserves. All right, everybody, back to work. Only half an hour before sunrise. I want to get this thing done so we can all get to rest. And they start to go back inside. As like, I assume you put your manacles on Vand while this was happening.
Yes. I also I'm actually gonna. Is there a procedure for like binding psychics? I imagine that it involves a blindfold. Just to like not being able to see things is the one thing that hurts psychics.
That's fair. Yeah.
Okay. Blindfold, manacle. He says, just like pretend to pass out or something, and he's just gonna drag her down the road.
Pretend. Technically, I took so much damage, I almost critted myself. Now that I think about it.
Yeah.
Did you crit
Okay, I'll
yourself?
pretend to pass out. Actually,
Yes, I critted myself.
Oh
and
my
I
god.
took 70 something.
Roll physical resistance. 72. It's against 72. Roll physical resistance against 72. Oh, this is gonna be good. Okay.
Well,
No.
technically I can choose to fail.
Yes, but you pass enough that you're not going to get huge penalties for the rest of the game for this. But yeah, you're going to have 1 night's rest, 1 day's rest, before you gotta go to the secret university. But you make it out of this situation properly.
When I wake up, I say, idiot told me they had anti-mind reading.
I didn't know. I don't.
She said all
I've never
the
had
nobles
one of
have
those.
that.
No, they
Oh.
don't. I most certainly did not.
Yeah, rich people.
Otherwise, our first meeting would have gone very different.
So, yeah,
Okay.
Metal Tinker, thank you for telling me about relying on the fairy.
What did he say to you?
I said that your powers are unreliable.
Is this after I don't have
This is on the way back.
Oh, then I do nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Fairy, if you want to control your power, just let me know. We can get you started on some training.
You know
I say nothing.
I snore loudly.
Once I get my fucking amulet, it's done for you.
yeah, it's gonna give you such a huge boost in power.
It's because you have such a weak constitution that you can't even handle that little bit of power.
Actually, I don't know. That was a lot of damage. That would hurt most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
I think I cost a party a lot of blood, right?
Yeah, like your head is killing you for the rest
I just say,
of the
"Shut
trip
up."
back. And as soon as you get to your safe place, you're just going to like collapse on whatever surface feels dry enough for you to sleep on it, and you fall asleep. You are going to recover all of your fatigue points, but as for your life points, you only get a day's worth of rest in recuperation before the mission has to start. So, Van, you're out for the rest of the time. The sun is rising, still hidden by the clouds, but Walter, you're kind of tired. Shadow and Walter, are you going to do anything else to prepare for the mission?
Get blood. Is there? This is gonna sound weird. Is there could I acquire blood that would be good for a day that I could carry with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, you could just have some of Vaughn's as you.
Yeah, it's everywhere. I'll totally lick up all of the blood. I mean,
Vaughn is very disgusted by this. But
no, I will not do that. This is sidebar.
Well, I mean, technically, she probably passed out anyways, so she wouldn't know.
Yeah, that's true. But he doesn't want any of your weird blood. He will go. How much does that cost? I think there's a cost to that.
Yeah. So it depends. What quality are you willing to buy? Mediocre, normal, good, or fine?
He's feeling a little rough, like not physically, just like mentally. He's questioning his life decisions. He's just gonna go for good.
Okay. That is 5 silver coins
right.
for a day's ration.
And then I want to drink some now, but have some for later.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
With the idea that maybe in this mission later on I could overfeed.
That's fair. Yep. You have enough to overfeed.
Okay, so it'll be 10 silver for both, maybe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rifle is going to. While you're going out and about to the pumping stations, rifle is going to try to drain some Xeon. I
Sounds
want. You've already had. Okay, so I was planning for on a scene where somebody notices their Xeon being drained, but you've already had enough trouble in this prep session so far. So we're gonna skip that for today. Shadow.
Well, Shadow, when he saw Walter was leaving, he would hand Walter a list.
What's this?
I need this.
What is on? Like, he is going to inspect the list,
Mhm.
which might be rude. Is it just like all your healing supplies?
So on the list, there's healing supplies, some lockpicks, makeup, and makeup, a couple pairs of clothing of different shapes and sizes. See, some food, preferably rations, dried meat, uh, uh, a grappling hook, some rope, some poisons, and trap making equipment.
There's some things here that I'm going to be able to get, and some things that I can't be seen by, including poisons, lockpicks. Trap making equipment, I don't know where I'd buy. I can get you your makeup, your medicinal equipment, clothes, rope, grappling hook, food rations.
Ask, can you get me some healing potions? I have.
Healing potions are expensive.
Yeah, they're really expensive.
And some torture equipment.
I think anything used creatively can be considered torture equipment.
Oh, he's talking about like really fine, weird shape, creepy stuff. The stuff that vampires would have.
I have told you that I am not actually rich.
Sure.
I will see what I can do.
Alright.
I will put on all my powers back on once I wake up. Let's see how that goes.
Gives you a negative 120 of potential, I think.
Yeah. So.
Well, no, when you get your fatigue back, that goes away. Sorry.
Yeah. You regain all of your fatigue. So I'm going to take away the modifier of -120 to all of your actions, and go and roll potential to put them back on because you might roll a 1 again.
Don't die.
Okay, open roll.
I'm just gonna maintain them, so it doesn't really matter unless I get a negative.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say that was psychic. There's defensive tele. God damn it! Why did you have to put...
What's that one?
So roll 1d1 100, -15 this time.
It's area scanning. It's so it's used to detect the Platodius. Is the Platodius back? You can't tell now.
Oh wow.
Oh,
That's okay. That's okay. Oh wait. Yeah, that's okay. You still have enough to not get serious fatigue.
Okay, so you lost. So you're at 97. 97 means you only lose 2 points of fatigue back, and 2 life points.
We'll try that one more.
Dumpable. There we go.
Okay.
Wow!
Wait. That's a 6.
Okay.
You shouldn't fumble on it.
Okay.
Yeah, you shouldn't be fumbling on the 6.
Woo! I didn't know you had flight constantly maintained.
Oh, she doesn't like to use it. Like, she would rather walk, but
It is
she
pretty
should.
obvious.
Oh, armor. That's other.
One gold coin to 800 gold coin.
Oh boy, what are we talking about?
It's poisons. It depends on how much you're willing to spend on it.
Well,
but-
like he said, he doesn't think he ought to be seen buying poisons.
Okay. Did you see what I just put in, or did I log out just before then?
I think you logged out just before that. It did say that my connection was interrupted too. I think there's a Roll20 problem.
Aha.
Yeah, me too.
Roll 20.
Oh, mine just happened.
I see Fernando, but I don't see. Oh, nope. Oh, you're all back. I refreshed.
I refreshed.
Okay. Do you see what I wrote earlier just before psychokinetic armor? Cool. So this is the prices I was able to find. I was not able to find the trap making equipment or the makeup equipment, but the lockpick, clothes, food rations, rope, and poison. So you, depending on what you're willing to spend, you could buy most of this. And have some very good quality things or some very poor quality things.
There was another power I usually maintain, but I can't think of it right.
Hide matrices.
Okay, so without the poisons or the lockpicks, I'm only spending 11 gold. What about and you haven't found anything for the medicine kit?
No, I already did hide matrices, but I know I had 5 power.
The medicine is 1 gold coin for a kit.
Okay, so I'm spending 2 gold coins and 11 silver without poisons or... No, wait, I'm not spending bad lockpicks because that's suspicious. But I will be able to get the medicine kit for gold and 11 silver worth of other stuff. So we'll have that.
Okay.
I will try to go get the stuff from the artifacts there.
Yeah. Okay. Also, we're gonna say that the makeup is going to be 1 gold coin as well, because that's the price of a small metal mirror. So I'm gonna say it's about the same thing. Make up 1 gold coin. And as for traps...
I feel like I'd have to roll streetwise to even know where to find traps.
Yeah, roll street...
Man, I'm really fast.
You do not find traps.
Alright, well, I got you. He comes back. He has his blood too. I got you your medicine kit. I hope what you mean. I got makeup. I don't really know. There's a lot to makeup. I didn't understand it all. I hope this helps. Clothes of varying sizes. Your food rations you ordered. Dried meat. Rope. Grappling hook is not on here. Is grappling hook separate from rope?
Yes. I did not write grappling hook down. I'm gonna look for it. Keep going.
Okay. But that is all. I did not buy poisons. I couldn't find any specific trap making equipment. I imagine, though, in my mind, that would simply be carpenter's tools. Am I right? And I'm asking him that. I'm not saying that it's me.
What? Yeah. A couple carpenter's tools. Some random doodads from a blacksmithy. Yeah, but we don't really need it.
Yeah.
This is good enough.
If you know where... Sorry.
As soldiers, used to making do with what we got. And this is a lot more than I'm used to getting.
If you know where to buy lockpicks, I will give you the funds for them.
I haven't been in the city for that long.
Oh. Well, either way, we can pick up carpenting tools on the way out. I do want to get a little bit of rest before we go to the university.
It's probably best that we just rest as much as we can now.
Did
I'll
you want
probably
to go
pick up some trap tools.
I tell him, did you want to go pick up the items from the artificer? From Judas?
Sepio?
Yes, from Sepio.
Do I know the way? I forget I think I've only been teleported there.
Yes.
Okay.
And a hook is 15 silver points.
Okay. That's 15 silver. You also have a grappling hook.
Make sure rifle inspects the items.
Can I try to make an herbal tea to help with Van's headache?
Yes.
Metabolic tea.
Roll. Since you have equipment, you can roll your medicine check to try to heal her. So the higher the roll, the better you can heal someone. If you roll 120 or more, you can start hitting life points.
Open roll!
No, he doesn't get open
He
rolls.
can't open roll.
You can't open roll, this sucks!
So, Vand, you recover 20% of all of the damage that you have right now, thanks to this very good herbal tea.
That's kind of a lot. I do have kind of a lot.
Yeah, you have like 120 life points missing, so it's more than 20 life points recovered thanks to that herbal tea.
Where did you... Never mind, that's super metagaming.
Where did I learn these techniques?
No, I was going to ask Vaughn something that would be really metagaming.
Oh yeah, I was just going along with it anyways.
Oh, okay. No. Well, yes, but...
I went to training camp. They made us heal our own wounds. Herbal tea is really
spoiled.
Herbal tea is really, really good. And a camp full of our dark elf psychics.
Can any of them do electricity?
There was Alvarin, but he was killed. So nothing more, I guess.
Electrokinesis is a particularly useful skill when you're fighting people who have metallic weapons and when you don't have metallic weapons at all on your side. Okay, it's the day of. You wake up, you drink your tea, you drink your blood, you start preparing. Walter, you can recharge rifles Xeon all the way through, and you get prepared to head off towards the secret university.
So we also healed from resting, right?
Yes.
So would that have been after the tea or before the tea?
That would have been after the tea. In terms of like how it plays out in the way the game with the game mechanics.
What is the moon's phase?
Oh, that's a cool one.
Roll Roll 1d 28.
You said 1d28?
Yeah. Okay, 8. Just give me 1 second. My other computer is lagging a lot.
Oh,
So
is that
that's
snowy mid?
all right.
Well, while we're walking, Walter will fall in line with Shadow and hold out his lever to Shadow and say, "I somehow doubt I'll need this, and you'll be able to get it to who needs it when they need it, much better than I will."
A what?
My lever, my healing potion.
Oh. Nah, you should probably keep that, just in case I can't get all the way around. Things always happen.
Okay. It's a waxing gibbous, which means it's a half moon right now. It's
Waxing gibbous.
Yeah, it's a little bit after the it's like 1 day after the first half. Okay, does that give you the info you need?
No.
Okay,
So my choices
it's a
are
half moon.
full moon,
Yeah,
last quarter, first quarter,
it's
new moon,
it's
and
first
eclipse.
quarter. It's first quarter.
First quarter?
Yeah.
Oh, hecka yes.
Hecka.
Okay, and I'm gonna need you to keep track of the fact that right now you're on day 8 of the moon cycle, and we're just gonna keep going. You need to count the days from here. Okay.
Okay. I'm just gonna put that in my notes.
Yep. Okay. So, the half moon is shining down on Crankfort. You're heading towards the secret university. As you make your way there, you see there's a large number of undead where you are. They're marching in battalions. Walter, this is your workplace. This is where you do your reports and everything. So you see a lot of guards moving around here, but also just like metallic transporters on rails that are taking away huge amounts of undead towards the front lines. That so like there's sort of those weird trains powered by magic and steam that are just heading out. And you make your way to the building. Security is rather increased already at this point. So how do you all look? How do you all make yourself look passive?
I
Could I
asked.
Hmm?
I was gonna
Sorry, you go
ask.
first.
I was gonna ask Shadow if he disguised me.
Yep, I can do that.
Oh wait, am I still going as a underling or captive of?
Honestly, it would suit the story I gave if you came with me as a captive.
Oh, okay. Well,
But
then
I'm
that's fine.
I'm open for suggestions, because if we bring you in as a captive, it's going to be very hard to get you out without blowing my cover.
I'll just blow him up.
Well, actually, we'll get back to this. But he turns to Shadow. As we have developed at least a faint amount of mutual respect, I do have a request.
What do you got for me?
I don't care who you kill in there. Par 1. I want you to leave my sister out of it.
Okay. Your sister's the one who the fairy turned into.
Yes, the first time.
Yeah,
My
the one who was
name is
hot for a
Vaughn.
vampire. Fairy Vaughn, got it. How else can I help you?
That's it. That's all I ask.
That's it?
Mhm.
Okay. I will make sure that I don't kill your sister.
Thank you.
All right.
I will make no such promise.
We'll have problems then. But anyways, no other suggestions. You'll be going as my prisoner.
Okay, that will seem fine.
Okay.
All right.
So you make your way into the barracks. All of you, like everybody.
Does that mean I have to? Oh wait, I asked him. Does that mean I have to turn off all my?
Yes. It also means I'll be blindfolding you and handcuffing you.
Is everyone your prisoner? Because there's also Vashora.
I trust for sure to use his disguise to make himself look like Jahala or someone who belongs there and not be magical.
Okay. Yeah. Vashora is gonna do that. And Shadow.
Shadow's going to make himself look like a Vitella.
Okay. Roll for disguise, and you get an hour of prep.
1 hour prep.
Yeah, with appropriate materials for a total of plus. Oh yeah, for a total of plus 60 in total.
By the way, I don't know if this would work. I thought Vashura would also be disguised by Shadow, but I don't know if that's possible.
Yeah, we're just going to assume it's the same role. Okay, so got it. Write down that it's 156 for later. So you make your way towards the barracks. Walter, you know which direction the door to the secret university is. You start to head there. You climb the steps of towards the top of this huge military building, and you find yourselves in front of this glowing purple portal that's on the top floor, but still under this roof, with people going in and out. And as you step inside, you pass into this strange floating dimension, where there's this floating island with gears and this strange building in front of you. And the building looks very small, but as soon as you're going to get inside, you're going to see that it's much larger. As you're making your way in these front steps, you see that there's this strange eye in front of the, like on top of the front door right here, and the eye it seems to like project a warm red glowing beam onto the people that are heading through the door before they step through the door, scanning each of them in turn. And there's Vitalis students who are just heading straight inside, paying the beam no mind. But Walter, in your mind, Rifle tells you, that's bad, this is an artifact that's reading minds, and I don't know what it's going to do when it reads ours. What do you do?
Do you think it will be able to read your mind?
I don't know. Can you're gonna have to roll for magic appraisal for Rifle to have those details.
For Rifle to have what?
To have details on this spell.
Dang it! Rolls are really bad in this game. 147.
Okay. So it's read minds. You think it will work on. So Rifle thinks it will work on him, and it's also able. Rifle tells you it's probably able to search memories as well. So you're walking towards, like, you're walking up the steps towards this door right now, all of you. So what do you do?
Well, I don't know that's there, and the rifle hasn't said anything to me, so I will continue.
Yeah.
Unless they told me to stop.
Well, no, I'm gonna have Rifle relay that to Shadow first, and then to Vond. Quietly.
It's so is this the gate to get into the university?
Yeah, basically, this is the university's entrance has on top of the door this massive eye that's just scanning people and apparently reading their minds.
I didn't want to go through the front door. No.
Basically, there's the portal that leads to this pocket dimension, and then there's the front door. But as you can see on the map, there's possibly other options if you know how to climb.
This is why I got a grappling hook.
All right. So you are going to try to make your way around. Bear in mind there are some other students present here, so you're going to have to roll for stealth. So you are preparing to do this. You're preparing your equipment. Walter, and Vond and Rifle, what do you do?
What is the sweep of this eye? Can it just like fill the entire area that we're in, or does it seem to be only like sweeping an individual at a time?
It seems to be one individual at a time, but it's like sifting from one person to the next pretty quickly.
Yeah. I've got a really tactful idea that will take a lot of precise execution and some luck. But we don't have much other chance. Unless you have something. Vaughn, do you have anything?
Well, I mean, I could always try and teleport us there.
Knowing these sorts of places, it's definitely enchanted against teleportation and immaterial beings.
But I could try to shield our mind from it.
You could.
Do you know if it would raise an alarm if it didn't read our mind?
I don't. Do you have any idea, Rifle?
Roll a pure intelligence check for Rifle at -6, and if you pass,
it's a 15. Sorry.
Okay, it's a 15. Rifle is going to suggest Vand change all of your memories to be incongruous memories.
Well, that's what I was thinking, but we're gonna need one of us who remembers.
Or, write something down on our hands and for Van to remember to put everybody's memories back.
But how can she put her memories back if she doesn't remember what the memories are?
Well,
I can do mental research and find what was changed, and then...
I know that time is pressed, and we'll do that if you say no, but here's my idea. Write your memories in mine. When I walk up to the door, I will hold my arms spread. There's no reason for them to try to read a sword. Rifle's memories will remain intact. If they read the sword, then we're failed. But I don't see why they would, unless they could tell that it is a living being, and I don't even know that it is. As soon as we cross the threshold, Rifle, communicating to you, will tell you what you need to put back in our heads.
Okay. Are we sure that they won't see my powers? Because you had me take them all down, so they wouldn't.
We have no other chance right now. If we do not alter, I don't think we're going to be able to get around that like Shadow.
Okay, well, here we go. I cast area, and then I will
alter memories. Shadow, you are informed that this is their plan. Do you keep going? Do you keep going with what you're doing, or do you just or do you just try to climb anyways? Because their plan seems like it could be decent.
Shadow looks to Walt and to Vishura. It's like
Vashura is
he almost
pressing
killed
on.
himself. Oh, Vishura's pressing on?
Yeah.
Oh, well. The fairy did almost kill herself today.
That's fair.
Yeah. Just so you remember. And I'm definitely going to keep trying to look for a chance to break.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to ask you to roll for stealth to try to do this to enter the university in some other way stealthily. So and then climb after that. So go ahead and roll stealth first. Difficulty is gonna be pretty high. Ooh, you pass. Okay. So normally the unblinking eye would spot attempts to stealth your way inside, but you are able to just you are able to like move around in a way that is that like hides you, puts you in the shadows, and it does not scan you at all. I'm gonna need you to roll a climb difficulty 80 to make your way around the thing. That is including the equipment that you have.
Did you add the Wait, did you add the 15 from the moon cycle?
Yes, that's already in.
Okay.
Oh god damn it.
Wow, that's
Exactly what you need.
passed exactly. So you're going to get in through some other way.
Actually,
Yeah.
yes, it is. It is.
Okay. So yeah, you're going to be on like you climb under the structure towards the towards the staircase here, back up onto the roof and through one of the windows. You're going to enter the building. So you are good. That is impressive. As for Vand, you very quickly like swap away huge chunks of memory from Rifle, a small amount from you and Walter because you haven't been in the resistance this long, and
Wait. Rifle was not being changed.
oh yeah, Rifle was not being changed. Got it. And yeah, you forget you're part of the resistance. You've changed you've altered those memories, and you make your way towards the unblinking eye, which turns towards Vashura. You haven't informed Vashura of your plan, but you did erase Vashura's memories, and the eye focuses on Vashura, specifically on Vashura's weapons, and the eye starts to glow and is just going to vaporize Vashura on the spot, turning Vashura into a pile of ash. But you don't know this person. Only Rifle knows this person at this point, so you have no reason to be worried. It's just the security system working normally. And you get scanned. Yeah. So Walter, so Vand, you get scanned. No problem. You pass inside. Walter, you get scanned. And let's see. I think. Okay, so Rifle gets scanned, but because Rifle's core personality is to be loyal to his wielder, and his wielder is completely a safe person, apparently, you're let in. Once inside, Rifle communicates with Vand, reminding you of the memories you've just erased, and you can alter your memory back to being okay. You make your way inside of the building, and you're basically in this huge hall with dozens of staircases that lead to a lot of different places. Yes?
We would get once he tells me we get a roll, and as long as we beat 90, I don't even have to change. I don't think I'll need to change my mind.
Okay.
I have my...
Yep.
Give me 1 second. My internet internet died.
Okay, that's fine.
But if Walter wants to roll psychic resistance, he can roll against 100.
What am I rolling for?
Really low.
Psychic resistance.
Why am I rolling that?
To remember your memories.
Oh, well, I figure Rifle would be saying, hey, this is important. Let this happen.
Yeah.
Well, if he says that, I won't even have to change your memories.
Because you can just remember by somebody telling you your memory has been modified. So just...
Oh, yeah. I didn't know that. Okay.
So yeah, you're in those weird techno-magical corridors with strange decorations, and Shadow, through one of the windows you climb down and you make your way to the rest of the group. The group is united once again, and you remember Vashura. He left us too soon.
Wait.
One full game.
Do I see Vashura getting vaporized?
Yeah, but when it happens,
I thought I was blindfolded, so I'm like, do I even see it?
Oh yeah, she was blindfolded.
Since you were blindfolded, no, you did not see Vashura getting vaporized. But Walter and Rifle will definitely have that memory in their minds as your
memory. Yeah.
Yeah, you remember he was a friend.
Walter is just like looking at Rifle and is like, that could have gone so much worse.
What happened?
What happened? What happened to him?
I don't know. It saw his weapons, and he's gone. I don't know why it didn't happen to me. Maybe you can tell that I'm a Vitala, or that I'm from a noble family.
Shadow, you know what Vashura knew about his weapons. So you can relate that if you want, or not if you don't want to.
Okay. Yeah. His weapons were just kind of special. It's not really important now, though.
Speaking of which, I also have this rapier.
No, you didn't go and pick it up.
Okay, I did forget to say I went to pick it up. Shoot. Yeah. Okay. Anyways. So, alright.
Did you pass your remembrance check, or do I have to actually?
I will try to do the remembrance.
Okay.
What's the PSR again?
Alright, so, wait.
100.
Yeah, difficulty 100, psychic resistance.
No.
Nope, you fail. You have to have your memories implemented back by Vand.
I don't believe that you are telling me that my memories have been altered.
Well, at least now it'll be easier because I know what I did.
Yeah. Though it's also like, I imagine walking up to the gate was very like strange because I'm like, how did I get here?
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. You know like I think Vand left this idea that you are here to visit your sister.
But I also have this like captive with me.
Yeah.
And this sword that's talking to me.
This time we have to beat one.
Okay. I mean, I think I can choose to fail this one. I failed it anyways.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, memories are bad.
Alright. So, as you're making your way through those strange corridors and staircases, you have to like maneuver through like a very labyrinthic type of structure. There's a lot of undead moving around. There's a lot of weird mechanical creatures that seem to be living artifacts moving around. There's a lot of summoned creatures, familiars, and Vitalas just roaming. you are also going to spot something rather strange as you make your way towards the summoning building. That's where you're heading to see your sister first, correct?
Correct, though I figure I should stop somewhere and say that I have a captive. And the purpose for her being...
Yeah, you. I believe you would have had to signal that you had a captive when you were making your way into the garrison.
Is there anyone I could ask a question of briefly?
Sure, you can stop a summoned creature, a mechanical being, or one of the students, or an undead.
All right. He'll stop an undead if it seems like an intelligent undead.
Okay.
And he'll say,
So you're going to okay, hold on one second. You're going to stop a sort of a huge bull-like beast with a humanoid skull and large horns. What do you say?
I say, excuse me, I don't know the rules of this place. I have a captive. Before entering the facility, I have removed all magical enchantments from myself, but would I suffer any reprisal for casting a spell to keep track of her?
The creature groans at you, shakes his head, and just keeps walking.
And I just said, alright, I'm going to say, like, that's not actually what I'm going to do, but I'm going to cast Share Senses in case we get separated. Or have Rifle cast Share Senses in case we get separated.
Okay.
So right now, Rifle is sharing senses with both me and with Vaughn. So can we try triple link the senses?
Yeah.
Okay. That's all I'm going to do. I'm going to have to spend Xeon for that because that can't be done with his innate stuff because he's already using his innate stuff.
Okay.
And I will spend the Xeon for that. And we're on our way to the summoning section.
All right. Okay. Right. So yeah, the summoning section is rather large. It's gonna take you a little bit to find your sister if you're just looking to if you're just wandering around. And you know you do attract a little bit of attention with your prisoner, but not that much. You're not the weirdest group here. So what do you? You're in the summoning section. What do you do?
Oh. Well, first of all, I'm going to start out by saying, Shadow, we should split up and look for... Well, our target isn't here yet. We got here a little early, right?
Yeah.
All right. We should split up and while I'm looking for my sister, you should try to get to know the place better. Maybe if you can, identify any off-limits areas that might contain a special prisoner.
I say, did anyone notice when they altered our minds?
When what?
Do you think there's any psychics around?
I don't know, but I wouldn't risk it. Yet.
In that moment, you see a group of students heading past you and saying, "Hurry, we're gonna be late." And with their school bags and tomes being floated behind them, and you see that struggling to keep those things floating in the air is a small is a younger version of Vand. She looks like she's a young adult, and she looks like she's really concentrating on this thing, and she has a metallic collar around her throat, and she passes by Vand, passes by you, looks at Vand, doesn't seem surprised, keeps going, and then you start looking around and you see that there's an old lady that looks like Vand will when she's older, who's who's lighting up with pyrokinesis some torches down the hall as like leading to the school cafeteria and things like this. And yeah, it seems there are psychics here.
I'll probably have to like look at Shadow and get like a confirmation from him that is psychic. That's not magic. But yes, I think there will be someone here that will notice. Actually, is there anywhere private that I could see? I have a good notice check, maybe.
Yeah, go ahead and roll notice. You
Dang it! I have all these windows up. Sorry.
Oh yeah. You find an empty classroom nearby that's currently not in use, without any magical things inside that you can tell, and
Okay.
you're all alone.
I should have said this before. Did we confirm that I have the breath?
Have a what?
Hold on 1 second.
We don't have like that. Can totally be not a thing that I have right now.
I didn't have time to make the thing, and I'd like for us to do it in role play, your training and stuff like this.
Okay, never mind then.
Would
We don't
that-
find a classroom. We could say that like I have the seal, but I haven't gotten a blend bond yet. So
Yeah. Yeah.
that
That's fair.
sounds good.
That's fair.
Okay.
Cool.
In that case, that's my suggestion. Yep. Shadow split off if you can. Try to keep us in sight, or try to keep a good idea of where we are. We're gonna go look for the sister.
Yeah. Vand, what's your reaction to seeing
Seeing.
other Vand? Oh yeah. Never mind. Never mind.
Sees nothing.
All right.
So-
Okay. So you're going to split up. Okay, that's an interesting move. And so Shadow, where do you try to go?
Shadow will tell behind them.
Mm-hmm.
If it's possible to move parallel with them, but he's going to try and keep 30 feet between them.
Okay. You're observing the group while being stealthy and making it look like you belong here. Roll for stealth.
Yes.
You have stealth and disguise, so you are pretty safe. Okay, nice.
Real good.
Yeah, you're making you're hiding pretty well. Not a lot of the creatures around here would be able to spot you unless it's like creatures who are meant to stand guard at places, and even then you might be able to like find another way into most places. Walter, this wing is very large, and you only have like an hour and a half left until the Void Knight is supposed to arrive. So
I may have to ask some direction.
okay. So what do you do?
I will do that.
Okay.
I will say now the three sections are summoning, necromancy, and yes. So wait a minute. My sister was more interested in the necromancy part of this, I thought, or is she just no? She's taking dual classes.
Yeah.
Okay, she might be over there.
Exactly.
I will actually ask one of the students. I'm gonna look for like an older student, like someone who seems like they've been here for a while and they know what they're doing.
Ask old Vaughn.
She's gone. She's over there. She's younger Vaughn. Wait,
No,
Are
there
you
was
talking
an
about-
old Vaughn smoke.
what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there was an old Haggy Vond and
Oh.
a preteen one.
I suppose I can go ask old Haggy Vond.
Okay.
I mean, that was out of character joke, but if you want to,
She doesn't seem to be a summoner. She seems to be psychic. She might also be a summoner, but I'm gonna go for just an older looking student.
Okay, you go for an older-looking student. Yeah, this blonde Vitala, a noble lady. She has the crest of the Hingam family, and so like
Oh boy.
and she's going to turn to you and. Oh, you're wearing your. Are you wearing your
I am
guard's
wearing my
armor?
armor. Mhm.
Okay, she's going to recognize it. I'll be back in just 1 second. Maybe you guys can like role play before this happens.
Okay. Did you know that, speaking to Vond, apparently all psychics look like you?
No,
What?
that's not a
What?
thing. It's just Fairy's a little artifact freak.
But that
Artifact.
girl and the other one down the hallway, they both look like older or younger versions of Vond.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
There are
I-
other yous just wandering around. Don't take your blindfold off.
Yeah. It looks like
wait.
you're
Do you know if the Vitala ever had any efforts in? They did take our blood regularly. I'm not sure if it was always taken.
All right.
I wouldn't be surprised. They are working heavily on blending the powers of different people.
you're not
So
even
there's more than one of me around. Did
Yes.
any of them notice me? And
Yes.
didn't say anything?
They said nothing though.
I'm horrible.
She seemed very distracted though.
Um,
she looked like she had her psychic ability under control though.
Psychic hands full.
Yeah. And she was multitasking.
She technically was walking and using psychic powers, which, come to think of it, isn't something I've ever seen Bond do.
You've seen me fly and use psychic cloud.
I
Yes,
haven't.
but that effectively counts as just using psychic powers. Anyways, asking the older blonde Vitala lady, she recognizes me and
Why does the party hate Rock? Yeah. Damn, you fumbled.
you fumble too much, and that's what you get. So,
I also one-shot Edric, who's a known psychic, and killed him instantly, but, I didn't get...
yeah, you didn't get enough praise for that. Anyways, the student turns to you, Walter, and like you stop her as she's moving through the halls, and she immediately starts looking you up and down, and the group that's with you. And she said, "Yes."
Excuse me. I am looking for my sister, and this facility is very expansive. Are you familiar with Emilia Gamblemore?
I thought so. You do look like a Galmore.
Ooh, Amelia would not be happy to hear that.
I think that right now she's on Gaia duty. Poor girl. You want to take 3 staircases down, and it's this room over there. The third one to the left.
Thank you kindly.
You're welcome. And she keeps going, and basically, like, she was with another group of Vitalas, and you hear them giggling at you as they like exchange some words slightly out of your earshot.
Are you sure they're out of my earshot? Because I have 12 perception when it comes to hearing things.
Okay, roll for notice.
I should like Walter doesn't care, but
Okay.
but I vaguely care.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is saying about
they're they like so basically like one of them says wow, he actually looks as stupid as she is, and they're basically making fun of your whole family for being a disgraced family. And
Okay, that's slightly deeper, but also very different from what I thought they were talking about.
Okay.
All right. He's gonna start walking down the staircases.
Okay. I gotta change up that music. Just give me 1 second. Da-da-da. I think this one.
Oh yeah, dark elves are like, we're the best.
Yep.
While they're walking, he's gonna like after they've gone down 2 of the 3 staircases, Walter's gonna look back and see if he can see Shadow following.
Roll for notice.
Yep. Thinking Heidi person. 1,
No,
2, 3.
You do not spot Shadow following you.
Fudge. All right. Well, he's going to assume he's out there and continue on.
Okay. You open the door to this classroom, and you find that it's a classroom made out of like it seems to be just a cube of stone, apparently reinforced stone, like inside of a castle. And there's multiple students with summoning circles drawn on the ground. And inside of there's 5 students here with creatures inside of those circles, and all 5 of those creatures look to be very similar, but nothing you've ever seen. They seem to be humanoids wearing masks of a culture that you've never even spotted before. It's not any of the cultures of the different races you've seen. The tattoos are also very different. The clothing is strange because they're only wearing pants and this strange knotted rope in the back. And they seem to be very violent creatures, but they're being restrained by those 5 students. And yeah, you open the door. A few heads turn to you, and your sister is there, and she seems just concentrated on the task, and she looks focused and slightly annoyed, and she's asking questions and saying, "Yes, but how? But is there any way for this to work here?" And the creature is just saying no, and I don't really care to answer those questions. And yeah, things don't seem to be going very well. What do you do?
They are very busy and in some very important binding right now. He doesn't know anything about it, but he does know that if those things get out and if they lose their focus, there might be some trouble. So he is going to very quietly recede into the back of the room with Bond, and let them get it under control for now. Though he doesn't really have his hand on like a rifle, but it's sort of like he's aware, he is prepared in case one of them takes a step too far and the fight breaks out.
All right. So Emilia's creature turns his mask towards you and says, "A worthy adversary, someone who's not just a cowardly summoner. Fight me, you coward!" And Emilia turns to you and recognizes you, looks annoyed, and is, with a wave of her hand, is going to banish the creature that just disappears in a puff of smoke. And she walks towards you, says, "What are you doing here?"
I came to see you. I had a little bit of business.
Not here.
In the
Follow me.
And you'll follow.
She starts walking. She's going to start taking you back towards the central part of the building.
Am I going with them, or do they just leave me in there?
No, you're coming along. Come on, here we go.
Okay. So, Shadow, can you roll a notice check for me, please? Okay. Okay, notice 178. Blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Doing the 12 strokes and blah blah blah. Okay. Yeah. Okay, you do not spot anything out of the ordinary. Actually, everybody. No. Rifle can also make a notice check. It's difficulty 180.
So we just said that he uses his notice, but he gets a plus 50 for my senses.
That's fair.
Right.
That's fair. Go ahead and make that roll. Well, technically, it does not include your senses. It's only his ability to sense magic that would come into play. So just
Oh, so it's magic appraisal?
It's not magic appraisal. It's something. Go ahead, just roll.
Okay, I'll roll his notice. I didn't actually. It would be a 48 with that roll.
Okay, it's not enough. Okay, you go into what seems to be the dorms, and your sister opens one of the doors with her keys, like pushes you in, closes it, locks it behind you. So this is what.
I love this room.
Yeah, this is what the room looks like. So there's this giant two-headed bat creature stapled to the wall. There's chests, traps, and a summoning circle drawn on the ground.
Are you doing work for the Vitali?
I'm doing... Ignore this thing. What do you want? And does she have to be here?
No, I was actually going to give her his escaped to explore, and he will like peek at his head. I don't know if the dormitory is really busy. He's gonna take a search. Can I search for him? For Shadow?
Yes. Go ahead and roll search.
Okay. $183.
So still technically no. Shadow, you notice Walter seems to be looking to be actively looking for you from. Well, actually, the door is locked. Emilia opens the door and just says, "I don't like Vans. Have her wait outside. Where's her car?"
We hadn't been issued one yet. We were going to get one while we were here.
Is she going to cause any problems, or should she stay inside with us?
She is just smart enough to keep herself out of trouble, but we'll still get her that collar as soon as possible.
Hold my.
What?
I said hold my beer, but I will do.
You better not have beer. That would be really suspicious.
But you know that meme. So,
I do. I'm sorry. I was being too literal.
So, Van is just pushed outside to wait, to just wait in the corridor. The door is locked behind you, and Emilia immediately moves towards the sort of strange device that's to the left of the room, and it's this sort of like weird metallic structure with 5 crystals rotating around it, and she turns it on, and the crystals immediately light up. And Van, do you have any active powers right now?
No, they told me to take them all off,
Yep.
so they're all.
Okay.
Rifle is maintaining 2 share senses.
No, that's not taken. That's fine. This is not affected. But yeah, you could. Anyone who wants to roll a cult could recognize a psychic disruptor if you want to take the time to. If
you will examine. Hey, that's the best occult roll I've ever gotten. Still not moderate though.
No, that's probably not enough. Does anybody else have occult?
Nope. I see the stuff, but I don't know the stuff.
Okay.
Well, I'm not actually sharing senses with you. Vaughn can see it, but I didn't have enough presence to also give it.
Oh yeah, I also have not been using.
Okay. Yeah,
Nobody told me I had it.
it's a difficult.
Oh wait, you did see everything because you were looking through my eyes. Wow.
I did not look through your eyes because I did not know we had this power.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, now you know. Difficulty for magic appraisal or for occult to know this thing is 180, so you don't know what this thing is. She turns to you, she says, alright, what do you want?
Sorry. It doesn't really matter if Rifle knows, but he knows. Well, I came to drop off my ward, and I wanted to know how you were doing.
They have me on Gaia duty, and I am not making any progress on finding out what makes our family's secret. Not that I would tell you if I did make any progress.
Not that I would understand, as we both know. What is Gaia duty?
Summoned creatures, when they're summoned from the Nexus, they can be summoned from... they can be summoned here and in 2 other locations. The other location is called... Calice. They have a lot of summoners there, so so when we summon creatures from there, we're able to gather a lot of information about this place. But the 3rd dimension, Gaia, not a lot of supernatural there, so so it's a lot of boring interrogations and trying to find out as much as possible about this place so we can invade it once we're done with Lunaris. It's intelligence work for this place, thing that I don't really have time for, but have to do anyways.
Humor me. I know this is above me, but that creature you summoned seemed to have some interest in me. Can I help?
No, they're spirits of violence from one of their weird cultures. They just want to fight and do nothing else. And honestly, having a warrior in the room just gives them a distraction and makes it harder to interrogate them.
In that case, I'm sorry.
How's your how's your work? Still looking for a way to bring redemption to our family name?
He takes like a really deep breath and says, I'm not sure if that will ever be within my power. But as far as work, I would say things are going pretty well. We've found a large resistance post in the mountains, and that has been cleared out. We destroyed what appears to be their last vestige within the city of Crankfort. And the girl out there we found in the Forge District just yesterday. So, trouble abound, but we're handling it well. Hopefully, at the very least, I won't be a disgrace to present family.
Getting any closer to finding Mom?
No.
Good.
You still don't wish to see her?
I do. I wish to see her to extract our family's secret from her. But if you or if anybody else from the noble families finds her first, what do you think they're gonna do to the children of who have the most chance of finding out the secret when they have the only other person who has it? You better pray to all of the gods that you don't find her, or that if you do, you're able to kill everyone else who's around so that nobody else finds her.
Well, she's done an excellent job of keeping herself hidden. I thought we'd find her in the resistance camp or some sign of her, but honestly, I'm starting to wonder if she's even operating near Crankfort.
For all we know, she might already be dead. The fact that we're not means that that the families think that either I might find something or you might be able to find her.
Have you spoken to Father?
He's a warrior like you. He's not gonna get me anything concerning the secret to summoning undead. It's useless.
He seemed very upset the last time I woke him with questions about Mom. Anyways, sorry. This went on a very... This is not exactly what I wanted to talk about. Obviously, it's very important. But I was just hoping that you were doing all right. I met a girl on the way here. Blonde hair. She was part of the Hringham's house.
Medusa, yes.
Her name is Medusa? Do we have the same legends here?
Maybe, yes.
Okay. If we do, I was just gonna say that's interesting. Her name is Medusa? Well, I don't mean to pry, but she seemed to take issue with me as we came in. Or at least her friends did. It's very difficult to read students.
Yeah, she's a student from a family that hasn't been disgraced, so she gets to make fun of us and and get the better teachers.
There are better and worse here. Who was your instructor in that room?
We don't need instructors for Gaia duty. It's very simple summoning stuff, basic.
He smiles just a little bit and says, well, once again, not my forte, but I'm still impressed.
It's, what's impressive to you is frustrating to me and not getting anywhere.
I didn't actually mean to bring this up. It's a pathetic thing that I've learned recently, and I know that you and Mother have thought ill of it, so I didn't know if it was even worth talking about. But I actually learned something recently. Do you remember the Seals of Invocation?
Yes. Key power is used to summon creatures. It doesn't work on undead either. And I don't we never saw Mom doing hand signs like this that are necessary for the seals to summon undead, so I'm pretty sure that's off the list. But I have looked into it, and it's just as much of a dead end as anything else. Walter, I don't need your help. Nothing you weren't taught to follow this path. You just wanted to be a warrior and go on your campaigns and do your thing. I don't need you. I won't need you. And honestly, I didn't tell you that I was studying here because I didn't want you to come. So if that's all we need to talk about, we should be good for this year. Something.
There's a moment of silence, and he nods his head. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to imply that you needed my help at all. But I understand. I'm glad to see that at least you are healthy and still as dedicated as always. And as that's the case, I'm sure you have plenty of things to do. I'll take my ward. We'll turn her in.
But turn her... Oh,
experimentation.
Vand, your Vand, yes, of course.
Yes.
Wait, ask him about the other Vons. Can we talk to?
Technically, I can hear you if you speak aloud.
But
What if I whisper?
Emilia
I
might
whisper.
hear you as well.
Well,
Wait,
she's outside, right?
Yeah, she's outside. Vand is outside.
Van's outside. Do I know? Because I mean, I have acute senses, and that's a natural thing.
You have shared senses, so if she speaks loud enough for her to hear it, then you can hear it through her shared senses. So,
Yeah.
Vand, you've been overhearing this entire conversation. So yeah, you asked that to be able to ask Emilia about the Vands. So, Walter, what do you say?
I say, I can't talk back because I can't speak to her without Amelia hearing me.
Yeah.
He turns. He says. He said last thing he said was that he's glad you're well and that you're still determined as ever. And he will like go and put his hand on the doorknob and he says, "By the way, those psychics outside, are they students or servants?"
The Vands? Yeah, they're experiments.
Wait,
One of the families. What?
are they called Vons?
Yes.
He looks. He looks back towards the door, utterly baffled.
Okay.
Understood.
University was trying to run an experiment to create some sort of very powerful psychic weapon. They needed to clone this psyker that had existed a long time ago. It didn't pan out. They
Rifle cut the connection. Hold on. Okay, go on.
Wait. Oh, Rifle cuts the connection to Vand?
Well, Rifle is only sharing senses. He's not using essence communication, so I would have to say that aloud.
Yeah. Okay. So
Rifle might not cut it, so I can't tell him to cut it as Walter. Okay. So go ahead.
I think you do technically control his character for this session because he said he gave you control. So as Rifle, would you cut the communication?
As Rifle, no, I don't think Rifle is quite as cloistering of information as I am.
Yeah,
as Walter is.
So Emilia says so they keep using them. The university, and some of them got sold off to the other families, like the ones who are trying to put psychic powers in the undead. It's a dead end. It's never gonna work, but they just keep trying to make those undead better like this. It's not the best way forward, but it's what the army wants. Psychic undead.
Understood. We get more creative every decade. I'll leave you to it. I have to do my job.
You don't feel sorry at all, do you?
For what?
It's your fault. What Mom did.
This is news to me.
It is? You sent her that letter from Darcher. You told her about everything that you saw there, about this society, and she immediately just started thinking that trying to change the way Crankfort worked, trying to convince me and everybody else that cohabitation was possible, and they just... That's when that's when the nobles seemed to realize that Darcher was a problem. They immediately shut her out, and she even told me she was thinking of sending her familiar to go and talk to you so that she could talk to you more directly, because she was on leave from the army at this point. I didn't even know she had a familiar, and she casually mentioned it just like that, just to talk to you about this utopian society. If you hadn't sent that letter, if you hadn't told her about Darcher and things like this, she wouldn't have become this weird utopist. And our family name would still be normal.
How many other people know about the letter?
I'm pretty sure Mom and I are the only ones who know that she got those ideas from you. The fact that she didn't... Things must have happened too fast for her to tell you about it. She wouldn't have done all of this if it wasn't for you, and I would still have a normal family and a mom. You didn't know.
I was stupid and young, and I had just fought a war I had never fought. No, you're right. I didn't know, but I am sorry. I've got to think on this.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of work to do. And he is going to leave.
Okay. She doesn't say goodbye, she just locks the door back after you leave.
Okay. Stands in the hallway. Go ahead.
Shadow, you're still... Shadow, do you go scouting anywhere while you're... while they're having this conversation, or do you wait outside of the bedroom?
So, after a couple minutes, and they don't open the door, and then Vaughn comes out. Shadow, who walked past Vaughn, drop a note, and head towards the undead section.
Okay.
Do you drop the note on me? Because if not, I probably don't know that the note is...
Oh yeah, she's still blindfolded.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay. You just put it on her? Or in front of her?
Yes.
Okay, on her. Okay. So Vaughn, you are aware of someone slipped you a paper in your hand. Okay, so you head off towards the undead section. As you're making your way back towards the center, a little bit more towards the center and towards the undead section, roll a notice check for me, please.
Give me one.
Okay, you spot the Void Knight entering the building, and he's heading towards the undead section.
Okay. I'm going to try and follow the Void Knight without getting caught.
Okay. I am gonna roll for his perception and the perceptions of a couple of other characters, but since you rolled really, really high, there's a very small chance that I will catch you. So, notice...
do I feel the immense cold of him saying fuck key power or psychic?
No, the Void Knight does not seem to have activated cancel key powers or anything of the sort.
That would suck for everyone in the building.
It would. Okay. Notice I might get an open roll on one of those people. And notice. No open roll on any of them. Okay. Shadow, you make your way towards the undead section, and the Void Knight seems to go deeper and deeper into the building until he enters a lab. There are two monstrous undead guards in front of the lab, but you are able to get into vents and observe the scene. Basically, there's... Okay, wait. Why isn't... Do you see the thing in the middle, or not?
I see
The square thing?
Yeah, this... Okay, you only see a square that's just floating there?
Yes.
Okay.
I see the picture behind it, but I don't...
Alright. In this case, It's yeah.
Oh gosh. Okay,
Oh.
now I see something.
Yeah.
Yep, now I see
Oh.
a dragon. Or wyvern.
Okay. Yeah.
It stopped wiggling.
Yes. Okay, just give me 1 second. I'm trying to get it to look again the way I had it the first time. Okay. See. changes.
Continue wiggling.
Okay. Does it look red to y'all now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's red.
Well, yeah, red-ish. Okay, so what this is basically the best token I had for this creature, which is a
Oh no.
which is an undead nightmare, which is one of the strongest undead creatures in the game. Next to it is just an elf wearing strange robes. Not a dark elf, just a regular elf. And the Void Knight. And a lot of assistants, both Vitalas and undead. And as the Void Knight steps in, he's welcomed in, and he's told the operation can start soon. The Void Knight rolls his eyes and lays down on this bed right here, and they and a lot of the assistants are going to start moving, and they take out so like basically in the back of the room there's floating inside of this weird tank is an adult Vand, and they're emptying the liquid that's inside, and they're going to take this Vand out and into another room. Shadow, do you do anything to get the other characters to you?
Well, the note just said that I'm in the undead section.
Okay. All right.
But I kind of want to watch what happens.
Okay. So I'm gonna go back to the rest of the group, see if they can see the later part of this thing, if they can make it to this room or not.
I will give. Well, he would have felt me grabbing. If
Grabbing
that shares
what?
that. So he dropped the note on. So,
Yeah.
did you ask for it right away, or do you force me to give it? Either way, I'm going to give you the note.
Well, he steps out, will like slowly take the note, and he'll say, "Get up, we're moving." While he opens the note, what does the note say?
I'm in the undead section.
Fudge, we don't know how to get there. Okay.
Oh, I mean, I could find him. Possibly.
Possibly. They are using
Well-
psychic powers here. Let's get you into the hallway. Maybe you could try it out.
Okay.
Okay. How far from Emilia's room do you go?
Out into the hallway where we saw that one lighting torches. Well, no, that was 3 staircases up. At least 1 staircase away.
Okay. How many feet would a staircase be, would you say?
It depends. Like a regular staircase might only be 10 to 15, but like if there's then like a room between it, that could be up to like
All right.
30 additional to 60 additional feet.
Vand, is your hide matrices absurd? Does it reach the absurd difficulty when you're maintaining it?
I don't believe Vond is using that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Right now, I have nothing on.
Okay.
So I
Alright.
would maintain it at 1/8.
Never mind. So you try to use a psychic power?
So first, I will use hide matrices.
Okay. Tell me if you pass the absurd difficulty. Go ahead and make your roll.
Observe is what number?
180.
180. Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna hit that. That's what I maintain powers at. because
Okay.
of my
Good. That means the psychic disruptor does not immediately destroy your powers.
Oh, thank God.
Yeah, it's the thing Amelia uses to avoid people spying on her.
Yeah,
So-
first I turned that power on first.
Okay.
Let's see if I fail. What?
Oh.
So it's not enough. Okay, so as you try to activate it, you sense this like intense power being activated nearby that just immediately poofs your hide matrices out of existence. You needed to roll 180 on your potential.
I know. It's rolled really low. I will try one more time.
Okay.
There we go.
All right.
Why am I getting such low roll potential?
It's okay. So that's what's really funny about psychers. You can use your powers a lot, and they're very powerful. But also, when you roll low, bad things happen. So you're able to hide your matrices, and after that, you use psychic location.
Psychic tracking, yeah.
Tracking. Okay.
But before that, I will say like, okay, so something weird just happened. Should we leave? Should we get out of here, or is it not going to work?
I mean, I don't think you would know that. You just know I'm activating power.
Okay, so you were just activating power.
Yeah, you know usually she needs a bit of time to concentrate.
Yeah.
I will wait one round, or I want to wait enough to get 20 potential. I think
Okay.
that's 3.
That's 3 rounds, yes. So that it's
Did
I
you
think,
psychic?
9 seconds technically. Okay. Right. Go ahead and okay. 247 should be more than enough. Shadow. A power is cast to find you. Do you resist?
Shadow would.
Can he resist? Is the question.
Yeah, it's going to be difficulty 240.
It's 180.
Ooh, yeah, 180 psychic resistance. Go ahead and make your check. And
I would need 100.
Okay, yeah, you need to roll 100 to succeed.
Hey, that's how I killed Eldrick.
Yeah. Okay.
I
You
rolled
are,
11.
you are found, and you're not even aware of it. But yeah, you, Vand, you spot that he's in one of the air ducts, a few levels beneath your feet in this direction, where there seem to be a lot of undead creatures moving in and out.
Okay, so I really that well, can he sense my mental? He sense that I found him mentally.
It's not technically a sense.
Okay,
Kind of. No.
He could see it though. He just wasn't looking in the right direction.
do I tell him? Do you want me to turn off the powers now or find them?
No, if you can find him.
No, I
You
found
find-
him, but
He might move.
he seems to be somewhere that way, and I point.
Then we'll try to go somewhere that way. Try to keep to as wide a corridors as we can, so it doesn't feel like we're going down some sort of little side corridor where we'll get stuck.
But do you want me to maintain this power, or
Yes.
okay?
All right. So you keep this power plus your hide matrices.
Did you hear all of that, by the way?
No, I was just, kind of contemplating younger and older Vaughn. And I try and lie.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll persuasion against Walter's notice.
Oh.
She's lying. Yeah, she's lying. Walter, what do you do?
Sorry, I was muted. He looks in disbelief and says, "Well, I guess if it matters so little to you, I won't care either." So,
Alright. You're going to make your way to this place. You are able to find it because Van maintains her powers. You are able to find the air duct. It is too small for Walter to make his way inside, but thanks to his shared senses, if Van makes her way inside, everybody can listen in on what's happening and see what's happening.
Okay, I will try and make my way in.
Okay. So you make your way inside, and basically come across Shadow's butt.
hello.
No, Walter, you're not in the air vent.
He does not say hello outside of the.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, Walter, you're just standing guard in the corridor or something.
I kind of poke him. I assume he noticed me because I did it really stealth.
Yeah, he has a pretty good notice. I am gonna ask you to roll stealth. I'm gonna give you plus 100 because of the air vents and stuff like this, to avoid being spotted by the people who are outside.
Can you I'm gonna fatigue stuff.
Okay. That's a wise decision. You need to beat 161 because that was my highest roll. But you have a plus 100. Open roll. Nice. Okay, so you are not spotted by the people inside. In fact, Shadow might not notice you. Shadow, can you roll for perception, please? Notice?
But I don't think he would get the plus 100 on him.
Yes.
Though.
Yes. So it's against 136. Shadow? Wow!
Oh, wow.
Roll a 6.
Like this game, you are barely passing your skill checks. You know, it's like skimming off the top. Like
That was rolling a 6 though. Rolled a 6.
You were too preoccupied with the other people to really pay too much attention. But you still know.
Well, I know that death is waiting right through that air vent.
Yeah. So your senses.
I can literally see a undead dragon thingy.
Okay. So. Okay. So Rifle is going to recognize this elf as being someone important to him, but that's going to have to wait until next game, so now is going to be a good time to stop. But short description of what's happening. The Vitala, assistants, and undead gather around the Void Knight and with crude tools are going to split his skull open and remove the top half, and then start digging out his brain, storing it in something else. The Void Knight doesn't seem to be bothered by this. Walter knows that blood is what animates the Void Knight. He's still able to move. He's grunting and showing his distaste for the whole procedure during the entire time. And the elf is saying, Now, General, there's no need to be... there's no need to make this harder than it has to be. And the Void Knight grunts. And the elf says, what, you don't like being reminded of your past, Carl of Flatsburg? And the Void Knight is just looking very angry. Walter, you know Karl of Latsburg. You served under him, and he supposedly he was supposed to have died an honorable death on the battlefield, not become a Death Knight, a Void Knight. So you learn this. He's very different because he used to be a Vitala general, but his face, most of his face is missing as a Void Knight. And Shadow, you notice that the assistants who went into the other room are coming back with a brain, a spine with nerves attached to it, and 2 eyeballs dangling from the brain that they're carrying, and they're going to start putting it into the Void Knight, putting back the top of the skull of the Void Knight, and the big gigantic creature says, "All right, begin the experiment. Void Knight, start infusing your blood into the brain slowly to try to keep it alive. Lufer de la Croix, use your essence magic to keep the brain alive for as long as possible, and hopefully we can merge the 2 this time." They start, and the Lufer and the Void Knights both strain. They're both concentrating very hard. Lufer is saying, "Oh, it's working. I think it's working," and the Void Knight says, "Yes, my blood is contaminating the brain. It seems to be on its way." And then, oopsie! I closed that window. My bad. And then the brain starts to fry. The smoke starts to come out of the what's his name? Of the Void Knight's like scalp and eyes, and he groans in pain, and after a few seconds Lufer lowers his arms and says, "It didn't work. It's I can't seem to be put it to... Okay, we're gonna stop the recording here because I can't I don't seem to be able to put the image of the Roll20 back on now that I've closed it. That was a great game. Hope everybody had fun, and we'll see everyone next time. Have a good day, everyone.
Thank you, you too.
Hi everyone, and thank you for watching this video. If you want to keep up with all of the adventures on this channel, don't forget to subscribe and click the bell button so you can get a notification each time we upload the next episode of this story. And it would be very nice of you to like and share the video to help this channel grow. Have a nice day, everyone.